going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cost stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip, Jeff? I think you dipped, Jeff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay, he's getting money. Even better, tax-free, loving all the stimulus from PPP. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit.
B-side on the beat.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cost stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip, Jeff? I think you dipped, Jeff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay, he's getting money. Even better, tax-free, loving all the stimulus from PPP. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to do a little bit of testing first. You guys are going to have to tell me how I sound. I am not in the home stable of the West Coast. We are about as far east as you can get. And you guys are going to have to tell me how I sound, how I look, because, guys, we are on hotel Wi-Fi. We've got no microphone. We've got no co-host Colin, who was out here working really hard, actually. So he's out. He's out, probably still working. Philly Joe says we sound fine. Everybody's fired up in the chat. I think Tim might join us later. Sorry for the early start, guys. We are on East Coast time. My clock says 7:31. We are out here in the great state of Florida. It's been a long time since I've visited Florida. I was probably a lot younger and a lot skinnier when I was last here. And I could see why people live here. I could see why people move here. And I can see why people enjoy this state, because I've been enjoying myself for the last, I don't know, how long has I been here? Three or 4 days? I didn't know. See, in California, they don't have bars, at least legal bars, that can stay open until 4 a.m., guys. It's out till 4 a.m. on a Tuesday or whatever night it was out here in Florida. So having a great time. But guys, no more dilly-dallying, no more wasting any time. We have breaking news into the Sports Card Radio program. That's right, folks. A story we covered, I believe this is going on about a month ago. Let's see, June 2023. So a couple months ago. has resurfaced, and we have new, shocking developments that we need to get to regarding the Chasing Cardboard Rock autograph, guys. To recap the situation, ladies and gentlemen, Chasing Cardboard, popular YouTube account, 25,000 subscribers. They also go around the country and buy collections of cards. And they purchased a collection of cards from now legendary individual named Rick. And in the collection, there were several, at least 2 Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson autographs. Tim, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us on such short notice. But as you can see, one of these Rock autographs was included in the collection that was purchased by Chasing Cardboard. So what do? Like they do most of their cards, they listed them on eBay. That particular Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson card sold for $66. I think, again, this was back in June. The buyer of the card questioned the authenticity of the autograph because it wasn't authenticated by the likes of PSA, JSA, Beckett, or anybody. It was just kind of how it says, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson autograph. The person who paid $66 questioned Chasing Cardboard about the authenticity. The buyer of the card, I don't think he paid yet, but the buyer of the card got a quick opinion from Beckett, which cost about $10, $15, and got Beckett's opinion on if they thought the Rock autograph was real or not. Beckett said, unlikely to pass full authentication. So that's, pretty common. Actually, this is actually probably something pretty common that can happen if you're selling autographs in this kind of manner. You might get some that may or may not be authentic or may not pass some kind of quick review or full authentication. So armed with that knowledge, Chasing Cardboard relisted the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson autograph on eBay. And this is probably the main mistake that Chasing Cardboard, the guy's name's Ty Wilson, that he made. If you want to sell autographs like this, fine. I'm not going to buy them. You're probably shorting yourself some money if you're selling these things this type of way. But if you want to sell things this way, got no problem with it. When questions arise about the authenticity of it, to just cold relist it, I think is a mistake. That's when I contacted the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson autograph was relisted. And that's when I contacted Chasing Cardboard. Their eBay name's Breaker Culture. That's when I contacted them on eBay. And this was before I made a video about anything. And this was before anything. I just contacted them. I kind of said, what's up? I didn't even really reference what I wanted to talk to them about. I just said, hey, can I talk to you about this card? Presumably this is Ty or somebody who runs their eBay account, says, hey, what's up, Ryan? I actually pulled down the card, talking about the Rock. Didn't quite feel comfortable selling it, although it came from a good source in a recent episode of Chasing Cardboard. It didn't give me the warm fuzzies with authentication. So now we have not one person, the buyer of the card, questions the authenticity. We have not 2 people or 2 companies. Beckett, they said on a quick review, it's unlikely to pass full authentication. But now we even have the seller himself, Ty, saying it didn't give him the warm fuzzies in terms of authentication. And that's when I made the video, because I think it's weird if you just replace Ty's name with Ken Golden's name and explain the same scenario. And if Ken Golden came to me and said, hey, buddy, yeah, that Rock autograph that was in our elite auction, I just didn't have the warm fuzzies about the authentication. So I actually just pulled it down. I would ask Ken Golden, well, buddy, why did you relist it in the first place? And why did you relist it after Beckett, one of the people that you trust to sell autographs, said it was likely unlikely to pass full authentication? So somebody with the stature of Chasing Cardboard, 49,000 items sold. We know about the popularity of their YouTube channel. Smaller sellers can get away with this stuff. Smaller sellers on eBay, on Facebook, we've seen this type of stuff. I get emailed stuff all the time about fake autographs getting sold. Replace Ty's name with Ken Golden's name, with PWCC's name, with ComC's name, and it just looks weird that the seller of the item says he doesn't get warm fuzzies about it. So that's when I made at least one video, at least 2 videos about Chasing Cardboard, and we did at least 1 live about them. During this time, I sent over the eBay listing to PSA to get their opinion on the autograph. And they said it was likely not authentic. So now we have Beckett, we have the customer, Beckett, Ty, and PSA all questioning the authenticity of the rock autograph. Ty Wilson, in a video that he for some reason deleted, he made a video where he said he was going to send the 2 rock autographs, the one I showed, and apparently there was another one, and this Ty Cobb autograph to PSA. And they were going to give away, if any of them came back authentic, they were going to give them away to people on their email subscription list. For some reason, he deleted that video, but that was the gist of a video he made in response. That was a few months ago. Fast forward to this week, guys, and we have breaking news. This is like Maury Povich, when he would give the results, be like, you are not the father. We have results for all 3 autographs, the Ty Cobb and the 2 rock autographs. PSA said both rock autographs were authentic. The Ty Cobb card, they said, was likely not authentic. I don't believe Chasing Cardboard spoke about the Ty Cobb in their video that they made, but this has since come out later that the Ty Cobb was not authentic. So 2 out of 3. And now we can get into the questions. Does this vindicate Chasing Cardboard? Does Sports Card Radio owe Chasing Cardboard an apology? Do we owe Rick, the freaking legend, and an apology? Let's get a moment of silence for that. And so now that we're caught up, sorry, I like to give recaps because this happened a couple months ago. I know some people may or may not have even remember the story. Some people maybe briefly kind of remember what happened. And I just wanted to kind of go over everything. And it's not everything, but at least what I think are the high kind of points. And we will go through the comments. Tim, make sure you star any comments. It can be from people who are on Chasing Cardboard side. It can be people who are on Rick's side. It can be on people who still question Ty Wilson and his motivations. And we're going to get to those in a little bit. But I did write down some questions that I think probably it'd just be fun to answer them, to be perfectly honest. And I've got stuff for sale too. This is the classic move that Chasing Cardboard does. You start to promo your stuff, right? As you're about to hit the main topic, you promo the stuff that you have for sale. Is this vindication for Chasing Cardboard? And is this vindication for Rick? Personally, I think it's more vindication for Rick than anybody else. He's not Rick isn't a public figure. Rick got dragged into this because he was on a Chasing Cardboard video. Rick doesn't seem to be a guy out chasing clout or clicks on Instagram or on YouTube or doing lives. So the fact that Rick got dragged into this, to my knowledge, Rick has never wavered on whether or not he thought the autographs were real or not. We do know that Ty did not have the warm fuzzies about it. Rick, to my knowledge, never wavered. So if there's anybody who should definitely feel vindicated, it's Rick. Do we owe an apology to Chasing Cardboard or Rick? Let's start with Rick. First of all, I'd have to go back and watch exactly what I said about Rick. I couldn't actually off the top of my head remember what I said. I will say to Rick, if there was anything that I said on these lives that he found offensive to him or that he took offense to, I absolutely would apologize to him. Absolutely. Rick is not a guy who is, like I said, out seeking fame, out seeking subscribers, out seeking people to join his email list, out seeking fame, clout, clicks. Rick seems like a regular guy. And he did get dragged into this. So if Rick does take offense to anything that I said, I absolutely would apologize to him. Chasing Cardboard. Do we owe an apology to Chasing Cardboard? Their situation's a little different. They would be considered public figures in the sports card world. The mistake, Ty Wilson could have avoided all of this if he just didn't relist the Rock autograph after the authenticity was questioned and after he told me he didn't have the warm fuzzies about the authentication. If Ken Golden fed me this line of BS, if Check Out My Cards, if PWCC, if Jeff Wilson sold a card like this, we'd probably be on our 18th video talking about this and not our 3rd, 4th, or 5th, or whatever it is. So it's a little more nuanced when we start talking about, and then we could also talk about, does the fact that PSA rendered these authentic, one, does that mean they are real? And two, does that now mean that anyone who criticized Chasing Cardboard should have to apologize? The thing I do wrestle with every time I make a video, and every time I put somebody's face in a thumbnail, and every time I say somebody's name, is the fact that the weight of Sports Card Radio and some of the videos and the tone of it, it hits deep. That is something I think about. I briefly went back and watched the first video that I made about Chasing Cardboard, about this whole situation. The very first video I made, I was trying to be lighthearted about the whole situation. And what I'm finding is that it's almost impossible for me to make any kind of lighthearted responses about a delicate situation. This is an autograph where there is a customer who was upset. I mean, how do you guys think I found out about this? This customer was upset. I still haven't made a video. Then I email Ty, and then he says it doesn't give me the warm fuzzies. Puts me in a very difficult situation because, again, if you replace the situation, if you put Ken Golden's name in there, if you put PWCC's name in there, if you put Jeff Wilson's name in there, I wouldn't have hesitated. I would have ran right to the record button and hit record. But because it was these guys, they aren't known to be scammers. They are known to be nice guys. They have a following. It is something I definitely think about, weighs on me when I talk about these situations. My attempt is to punch up in the industry. It's why my intention and my hope was not to say anything disparaging about Rick, because he's just a collector. He was just trying to sell his collection. It is a fine balance. It's hard. So does Chasing Cardboard deserve an apology? I think they're probably not used to criticism. They're used to only getting love, and they're used to only seeing those comments. And any kind of hate or negativity probably actually does get filtered out, or you eventually get blocked. And I think if you are going to try to build a YouTube account, I believe they do have probably more subscribers than we do. You are going to have an eBay account where you've sold 49,000 things. You do have a 0.5 rate of failure. You can go through their negative feedback. This isn't the first instance where something weird happened regarding Chasing Cardboard. So should we apologize to Chasing Cardboard? I only apologize in the sense that they got swept up in probably a shitstorm that they're just not used to being in. And Ty Wilson could have avoided all of this if he just didn't relist the autograph. Or if he didn't basically admit to me that he listed an autograph where he didn't feel good about the authentication about it. If this was Ken Golden emailing me this, if this was Jeff Wilson, if this was Brent Higgins, we'd probably be on our 18th video. And it's hard for Chasing Cardboard fans to probably see that. It's probably hard for them to accept that. But I actually feel like I probably went easy on Chasing Cardboard. When I go back and watch any of the videos to recap what I've said about somebody, oftentimes I'm like, wow, I should have been 10 times harder. I should have hit these people 10 times harder. So I don't think the industry is going to like this, but if and when another situation like this comes up with Chasing Cardboard or with anybody selling autographs in this type of way, I will probably hit them harder next time. But Rick, who's not out for clout, not out for clicks, not out for fame. Rick, if you are watching, if you were offended by anything said on Sports Card Radio, I would absolutely, sincerely apologize to you. And I hope that your collection and whatever you got going on is going well. Another question that I've seen being floated around. Do I believe Chasing Cardboard has an inside man at PSA? People are saying, well, first of all, the Ty Cobb didn't pass authentication. So if there was one you actually wanted an inside man on and wanted them to pass, it'd be the Ty Cobb, because that'd be worth several $1,000s. It wouldn't be these two. Do I believe Chasing Cardboard has an inside man at PSA? Absolutely not. I would be stunned. I would fall over on the floor if in a week, 2 years, 3 years, 8 years, we find out that Ty Wilson sent these cards to an inside man at PSA. No, I think PSA got this package like they get literally a million other packages almost per day. Somebody opened them, somebody who makes probably less than 99% of the people watching this video, the person who evaluated these autographs makes less money than 99% of the people watching this video. So it was literally a minimum wage worker in California or New Jersey looked at these autographs and made a determination. This Ty, I don't know if because this Ty Cobb one is a more expensive autograph, a more expensive player, is if it gets kicked up in the food chain, somebody maybe more experienced looks at this particular autograph. I don't know. But no way do I think Chasing Cardboard has an inside man at PSA. That was not, in my opinion, this is again just my opinion, that was not how these cards were authenticated and graded. They sent them in just like everybody else, and PSA rendered an opinion. That's what I believe happened. That raises another question. Should anybody trust PSA if you're they didn't pass the Ty Cobb, but they passed these two Rock autographs. There's certainly other video and other evidence that you could look at this Rock autograph, and especially the squiggly line he wrote underneath it. Boy, it's hard to find a Rock autograph that looked like these two. Should you trust PSA? I will. I'm likely going to buy PSA autographs tonight in the Golden auction. This is their opinion. This is how you sell autographs. This was the mistake Ty made originally, is he didn't do this to begin with. This is how you sell autographs that you're definitely not sure the authentication on. You send it to PSA, you send it to Beckett, you send it to JSA. Or somehow you send it to somebody more reputable. That's the only way you're allowed to sell autographs on Golden, on PWCC, on COMC. You can't sell an autograph like this on Golden, on PWCC, on Check Out My Cards. They won't list that. So Ty's biggest mistake is somehow he's been in this hobby for however many years. He sold tens of thousands of things on eBay. And he didn't, and he had to learn or didn't know how to sell autographs on eBay. It doesn't change how I think about PSA. Doesn't change my trust level. I would certainly be more careful if I was buying a Rock autograph. I do buy a lot of Kobe Bryant autographs. And yes, there are some that I've passed on in holders, various holders, that I've passed on because they just didn't look right. Same with Michael Jordan. If it's not authenticated by Upper Deck, I question the Michael Jordan stuff heavily, even if it's authenticated by PSA, Beckett, or JSA. If it just looks a little off, I won't bid on it. So should we apologize to Chasing Cardboard? I'm going to go with no. Should we apologize to Rick? Yes, if he was offended by anything, absolutely, I apologize. Does Chasing Cardboard have an inside man at PSA? Absolutely not. That's crazy talk, in my opinion. Should anyone trust PSA after this? Yes. I think if you trusted them before, I don't think this should change anything. Let me get to some questions. Will says, so Ty deleted all his posts on this issue and then is trying to rewrite the narrative as post. Sounds like a dirty politician to me. The one thing that I will take issue with Ty is, I think in one of his videos, it was the live, he talks about, this is, the watchdogs are wrong, or you've got to watch out for the watchdogs. Guys, it was Ty Wilson who made a video and deleted it, where he walked through about a half dozen people that he said, this person's good, this person's good, this person's good, this person's good. What do you guys think watchdogging is? When you sit there on camera and say Jeff Wilson's good, Card Collector 2's good, this guy's good, that's watchdogging. These guys bad, Sports Card Radio's bad, AIH is bad, Dan the Cardman's bad, John's Card's bad. You're watchdogging. Ty's a watchdog himself. So that was the one thing that I took offense of. And Ty has deleted a lot of posts and at least one video about this situation. I've deleted nothing. All my original videos are up, all our live streams, all my posts. I wrote an article. Somebody actually who works for us now wrote an article. So all my work about this is up and can be reviewed. For some reason, Ty has deleted stuff where he was literally being a watchdog. He was telling you who's good and who's bad. That's being a watchdog, Ty. Kevin O'Connor with the 279. Ty Wilson, no relation to Jeff Wilson. I can't confirm or deny that, but to my knowledge, no. There's no relation. Very common last name. At Sports Card Radio, fielder for MVP, a verified scammer for trimming and altering cards prior to getting them graded by PSA and BGS. I believe I have met Alex. I believe I have sold cards to Alex. I think I did a $2,000 deal with Alex at the Topps Transcendent party. So that's a start. I have heard that, yes, he's been involved in scamming and trimming and all that stuff. This is dating back 4 or 5 years. So I'd have to double check that. Dan the Cardman says, I missed it in their live, but at 8:30, he says he shouldn't have relisted it. They needed to emphasize this more. Later in the video, they implied you need to listen to the right people. So which is it, Ty? Right. I think Ty's responses and him deleting the responses and the inconsistency in his response. Again, he says he doesn't have the warm fuzzies about the authentication of the autograph. This is a guy who listed an autograph that he wasn't sure was real. Then when he got called out about it, he kind of went on a rant about, hey, you guys should listen to these people and these people and these people and not these people. And in that video that he deleted, he probably did apologize for making a mistake, but now he deleted it. So it's hard to put it in the fact pattern when you say something and then unfortunately he deletes it. Everything that I've said and written about this is still up. Philly Joe says, in Rick, we trust. Yes, absolutely. That's why I was brainstorming today some ideas. Some of these I came up with, some of them I didn't. Rick's autograph certification, RAC. He could call it RAC. Rick's autograph decision, RAD. Rick's autograph review and authentication, RAW. F Sports Card Radio. That might be the best one. So shout out Rick. Rick has the good Chiba. Jay with the $2. Lucas Factor says, if Ty is so innocent, why did he delete the videos? Right. Like, just, it actually would have looked better for Ty this whole time if he wasn't wishy-washy in his responses. If he just held firm to an opinion. If he didn't complain about watchdogging, and then he was a watchdog himself. These guys, well, you could go to Bench Clear Media. I think they literally have an episode where they discuss, is Sports Card Radio good for the hobby? That's literally a question they ask. that's a topic to a video. If that's not watchdogging, I don't know what is. When you start asking, is this person good? Is this person good? Is this person bad? I don't give a fuck about chasing cardboard as long as they don't list autographs in a shady way. Whereas if you change the fact pattern to Ken Golden's name or to Brent's name or to Jeff's name, we'd be on our 18th video. That's why I don't apologize to Chasing Cardboard, and to anybody watching this that makes a similar mistake, I will go at you harder next time. And hopefully Chasing Cardboard, they've got to clean up the eBay. I know that you're selling a lot of items, but if you go through your feedback, it's kind of weird that a lot of people don't get stuff. And that you can't iron out a better than 0.5 base. And that's just the people who leave negative reviews. There's probably a certain amount of people that don't. So I unfortunately don't have any rock autographs to sell. I do not have a Michael Jordan jersey authenticated by MyGray. I'm looking at the comments to see if anybody wants to. And Ty Wilson is more than welcome, or anybody from the Hobby Palooza can come on and talk about this. Maybe not right now when I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, but if they want to come on right now, they can literally come on right now. Because the thing I would ask them, I think the theme of our live stream was, is Ty Wilson, is he stupid or is he a scammer? So I would just ask Ty Wilson, hey, are you just stupid? Have you sold 11,000 things on eBay in the last 12 months and you literally don't know how to list autographs properly? Or you're willing to not have the warm fuzzies about authentication and still list it? Could you imagine if this was a Ken Golden email? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if this was me? That's one of the decisions I usually ask myself if I make a video about somebody. Could you imagine if this was me? If I did this, if I sold this rock autograph, if my customer said, oh, it's not real. Look, Beckett says it's not real. I cold relist it. I tell a guy, hey, I don't feel warm and fuzzy about it. I learned that PSA says it's likely not authentic. Could you imagine if this was me? The criticism that would be raining down on the rightful criticism. People would be right to criticize me if I ever pulled crap like this. Ever. So that's why I made a video. Because I realized if I was caught up in the same fact pattern, boy, oh boy, somebody better make a video. Somebody. I've sold 170,000 cards just on Check Out My Cards. 170,000. I've never sold an autograph with a fact pattern like this. I can assure you that. Everything that I list on Golden either has to be wrapped, as these boxes are from the company, or is a card that's either graded and or authenticated. It's the only way you can sell this stuff. It's the only reason why I would sell this stuff, because I sure as hell wouldn't want to get caught up doing something stupid like this. So if Ty Wilson wanted to come on, yes, I would say, hey, Ty, the question was, are you stupid? Or are you a scammer? So Ty Wilson, are you just stupid? Greg, no, I actually would apologize to Rick, because this is a guy not out chasing clout, clicks, and fame and trying to build a name for himself. It's just a regular dude that had some autographs and tried to sell them. and got caught up in a whirlwind. Now, I don't know what I said about Rick. Most of the time it was making jokes, but if he was offended by the jokes, if he was offended by anything I said, absolutely would apologize to Rick. But to these guys who have public facing companies and businesses and are trying to build their brand and build their image, no, I'm not going to apologize to them. So if there are any questions that I haven't answered about this, or if anything, I have not deleted anything about this. All my videos are up. There's an article right here. You guys can go to the homepage of Sports Card Radio, as thousands of people have done today. Click on it and read it. You can leave a comment, as 2 people have. This is posted on our YouTube channel, where you can leave a comment over there. If you don't want to leave a comment on my website, I understand that. For some reason, Ty Wilson has deleted post and at least one video that he made about this situation. I don't have anything to hide about anything I've said, how I've covered this. The next time this happens to either Chasing Cardboard or somebody else in the industry, I will hit them harder. If we get an email from somebody with 20,000 or more subscribers in the hobby and says, hey, I just listed this, but I don't feel good about the authentication, they're going to get a video. So if Ty wasn't a effing moron, none of this would have happened. I heard about this story from a disgruntled customer of him, one of these disgruntled customers of Ty Wilson. Wasn't out to get him. In fact, I could pull up my Twitter account and show 5-year-old messages where I unprompted give him a compliment about a website he created. Unprompted. Not somebody, this is not a group or people that I've ever tried to go after. But if this was me pulling this bullshit, if this was Ken Golden, if this was Brent Higgins, if this was Jeff Wilson, come on, guys. I would have went live and never stopped if this was Jeff Wilson. Literally went live and never stopped for 2 months. But if anybody else wants to talk about this, or if I miss something, I'm here. I don't delete my post about this. I haven't deleted my videos about this. But if Rick was offended by anything I said, I apologize. And I mean that with absolute full sincerity. The other scam going on is card porn, who's popular on Instagram. Way more so than on YouTube or on Twitter or one of these sites. The dude was super popular on Instagram. And to be honest, he blew up and was popular when I was not paying attention to cards. So I did not follow a lot of his stories. I will not be the best source on breaking any news about card porn because I didn't follow him. I didn't follow his trajectory. I've never communicated with him. And I don't get on Instagram a lot. Sports Card Radio isn't on Instagram a lot. But having said all that, this story is fucking crazy. And there's breaking news every minute about this. Dan the Card Man has way better information on this than I do. AIH Sports, I think, is outrunning his, rightfully so, 85th victory lap. As AIH Sports has been one of the people who's been calling out card porn for quite a long time. Hobby Sharks is another guy on Instagram. A lot of this happens on Instagram, and because I'm not active or on Instagram a lot, I miss a lot of this, and I'm, again, not going to be the best source for card porn data. but it is a crazy story. This dude took a jersey that he bought for $27,000, and somebody, either card porn or connected to card porn, created fake photographs in the name of a dead photographer. They fucking photoshopped these pictures. Said they came from a charity of a dead photographer, and that was all fake. Darren Rovell blew up the story when he contacted the children of the dead photographer who died in 2006. He used to do photography for the Orlando Magic, NBA games. And he blew up this story because he talked to the children, and the children said, there's no such foundation. So Card Porn bought a jersey. Then he got the leading authenticator, basically the BBCE or the PSA of the authentication world, to authenticate his jersey via fake photographs from a fake foundation set up by dead people. So needless to say, a guy by the name of Cardborn, who calls himself your friendly hobby watchdog. It's one thing to be a watchdog. Pretty much everybody actually is in this hobby, even the ones that say they aren't. But when you are, or think you are, maybe think you are to watchdog, you better not be doing ultra shady stuff like this. This is about as shady as it gets. MyGray revoked the authentication. And then sure enough, the man that goes by the name Card Porn, his real name's Juan Garcia, he deleted all his shit. Instagram gone, YouTube gone, Twitter gone. More dirt has come out about Card Porn, that he sold a Michael Jordan star card. And either this is fraud, the card or the autograph's fake. This was posted on the Blowout Forum in 2021. And it's making the rounds again because everybody's finding the dirt on Card Porn. MyGray, the company that authenticated the jersey and got duped by the photographs, said they may consider legal action against Juan Garcia, aka Card Porn. So just to reiterate, guys, if you're here late, we have been talking about the chasing cardboard situation. You can rewind the tape if you want to hear about that. You can also talk to me about Juan Garcia. AI Sports is in the chat. They are both, from my understanding. I'm actually not sure what that is referring to, but AIH Sports, I hope you're not out of breath. Because AIH Sports caught a lot of flack from people on Instagram for calling out Card Porn, for talking about some of the shady stuff he did. Caught a lot of flack for it. And I could only imagine when this story got released, that must have been like 3 pills of Viagra for AIH Sports, baby. I'm telling you. I mean, that if that doesn't get you up and hard in the morning, I don't know what does. So Card Porn's pulling shady shit. Look, we got a review of the Burbank Card Show on here. We're going to have to be cranking out articles every day over on Sports Card Radio. as my tight wallet has come out of my pocket and we're paying somebody to put up some content for the people. Bob Boozle says AIH is pouring champagne in the Funko room, baby. The card and the autograph are fake from my understanding. So when the situation popped about card porn, people started to look a little closer once his name was revealed. So apparently card porn sold a Michael Jordan star card that was fake, and the autograph is not real. So this is a huge story. It's more so on Instagram. I think if you're on YouTube and you don't spend a lot of time on Instagram, you may have never even heard of card porn. You maybe only have briefly heard about him. You maybe don't understand his influence. And I don't fully understand his influence because I wasn't following him and I wasn't really following the industry that close when he took off and when his account took off. But this guy's basically, to paraphrase it, kind of a god on Instagram, or was. Now, a lot of people question some of his associations. Is he in bed with PSA? Is he in bed with Golden? Did he have some affiliation with Beckett? Did somebody pay this guy to basically post nice things? Anybody who paid card porn, hey, you can pay me and you probably get a better deal. So a lot has come out about card porn. A lot more, I'm sure, will come out in the coming days. Are there other items of his that he sold that are not authentic? Golden, I'd have to actually find it, and I unfortunately didn't take enough time to prep for this. They did a big auction. Now, I think in a Darren Rovell article, it said that the stuff that was listed for card porn, most of it was double authenticated. But I certainly, if I was Golden, if I was anybody who purchased those items, I'd at the very least take a closer look. Doesn't mean they're fake. Doesn't mean they're fake at all, but it is worth taking a closer look, both from Golden, who sold the stuff, and from if you actually purchased it. I think it is definitely worth taking a look at all his items, and just to make sure, because you want those customers, you want those people to have peace of mind. But card porn's account is gone. The friendly watchdog is gone. In my opinion, the friendly hobby watchdog are the people like Ty Wilson, or like the people at Bench Clear Media. They'll sit there and say, I'm not a watchdog, I'm not an influencer. And then they'll look in the camera and say, this person's good, this person's good, this person's good, this person's bad. That's a watchdog. Maybe people have different, and that's perfectly fine if people have different opinions on what a watchdog is and what it isn't. In my opinion, if you sit on the camera and you look into it and you say, this person's good, this person's good, this person's bad, what else are you doing? Card porn is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Tim in the chat, who controls our chat, says, I'm a puppy dog. I would agree. I'm one of those. One of those puppies laying next to you. How about SCR porn? That's what I was trying to get going on Tuesday night when the bar was open till 4 a.m. Who will take over the account now? My guess is that this could all just be temporary. My advice to card porn is just let all this blow over, bro. Let it all blow over. and come back and be the friendly hobby watchdog again. Nobody will care. We are that tight circle of gatekeepers. Right, there's another guy, the guy who said that quote, the great creator. Another guy who probably fashions himself as not a watchdog, but again, he's going to look in the camera and say, hey, we need to gather around and form a tight-knit circle and keep these other people out. That's what the implication is. When you start saying this person's good, this person's good, this person's bad, you're a watchdog. Chasing Cardboard or Bench Clear Media literally did a video where the topic of the video is sports card radio good or bad for the hobby? So please don't let Ty Wilson, who's got to be feeling pretty good, but despite how good he's feeling, don't let him sit on a camera and say, I'm not a watchdog. Watch out for the watchdogs. Bro, you deleted your watchdog video. But Ty Wilson's got to be feeling pretty good. Who's feeling better tonight? AIH Sports or Ty Wilson? That's a coin flip. Let's go to the chat. SG4 says, it's hilarious watching these influencers disappear. Who polices the police? SCR does. I mean, by de facto, you're probably right. Is that my intention? No. Do I want to do that? No. If I could just make videos about the shit I'm selling, might be more fun for me, but a whole lot more boring and a whole lot more snooze fest for the sports card community. So by de facto, yes, people put sports card radio, put me in the watchdog space. So if people want to call me a watchdog, that's fine. But I sure as heck ain't putting it on my Twitter account or Instagram. I think where people have a problem with it is when you start calling yourself the greatest or a friendly watchdog or an autograph expert. Card Porn's probably, one of his biggest mistakes is calling himself a watchdog. The fuck you calling yourself a watchdog for? Will says, last straw for me with Card Porn was the phantom misogynistic accusations dude made out of thin air to threaten someone, of course, behind the veil of anonymity, such a low life. I caught that post. Again, I did not watch the rise of Card Porn's career and how he got 112,000 followers on Instagram. I was not following him. I was not following cards. The times I would see Card Porn post, I thought some of his research on his stories was a little loose. That's all I'll say. Brady Dog says, didn't Sports Card Radio sell out to Jeff Wilson for a while? It's Jeff with a G, first of all. Jeff Wilson, maybe the 49ers running back, but I don't think you're talking about him. I think you're talking about Jeff Wilson, sports card investor. If Jeff wants to send a check, first of all, Jeff sending a check to Sports Card Radio probably would have been the smartest thing he could have ever done going back 6, 8, 9, 10 months ago. He hasn't, Brady. I wish trust me, I'll take some of that PPP money. I'll take some of that Jeff Wilson money. He has not, so we haven't quote unquote sold out to Jeff Wilson. He has pivoted away from the investment content. So maybe we talk about him less. He threatened to sue us in December of 2022, and we're almost 9 or 10 months later, and nothing has really happened. The smartest thing Jeff could have done is, instead of sending this lawsuit threat, was send us a check. That would have been the smartest thing probably he could have ever done. Just being honest. Lucas Factor says the effing hobby can't go 1 week without drama. And I think it's great. There maybe weren't a lot of people were around in the old days, but there wasn't this much drama to talk about on 200 plus podcast episodes. You'd get good drama once or twice a year in the sports card world. Literally once or twice a year, there'd be good drama. 2019, there was good solid drama for 3 or 4 months, and then it dies off after the national. After the national happens, it all dies off. That's predominantly what happens. Somebody put the score of the football game if it started. Oh, maybe it just started. Somebody keep me abreast on the score of the football game, please. But you didn't get this type of drama. So I'm thankful for the drama, because it used to not be like this. It used to be crickets. People were more worried about, Andrew Wiggins than any drama in the hobby. Talk about the don't be stupid guy. He's your vintage Shaqs guy. He always says these guys are stupid. And he's right. Ty's stupid. Ty's stupidity got him in this mess. Ty is one of the few people, especially with his type of following, that would do something this stupid. This fact pattern, before a video was even made, makes Ty look so effing stupid. It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that 2 of the 3 autographs got authenticated. Doesn't matter. Because next time he does it, he'll go 0 for 3. Or he'll go 1 for 3. And I just encourage people, replace Ty's name with my name. Replace Ty's name with Ken Golden. And are you outraged? And Vintage Sports Shack does a good job, as other people have done today in the last couple days. Behind I'm Carlos. Because I'm Carlos did a video that I thought explained the situation really well. Ty, we're talking about the stupid decisions you made that led us to this point. Dan the Card Man. Again, another video where it kind of, it centers. What are we really talking about here? Everybody can have, literally everybody can have an opinion if this autograph is real or not. Everyone. It's how you should sell things. How we as a community, how we as a hobby are going to sell things, especially if you have fucking clout like these guys do. Replace fucking Ty's name with my name. And would anybody let me get away with this bullshit? They better not. And that's when I made the decision to make the video. Is when I put myself in Ty's shoes and I'm like, something isn't right. This guy, This guy's either stupid or he's a scammer. So if Ty Wilson wants to come on the show tonight or any other time, that is one of the questions I will ask him. So are you stupid? Are you just fucking stupid? Is that why we're here? Because you're fucking stupid. But to Rick, I actually apologize because this dude didn't want to be in this mess. Ty dragged this fool into this mess. So any negativity, anything this dude has felt, I actually feel bad for him. Giving AI so much credit for his videos, don't even get 1K view. Ravel is a real reporter. Look, 1K view is a lot. And I bet you one of his viewers is Darren Ravel. So if you guys make a video about sports cards and try to get 1,000 views, and one of them be Darren Ravel. So I'll bet all of Rick's money, I'll bet all of Ty's money, and I'll bet this fake Ty Cobb autograph, and I'll bet those two rock autographs. That I don't care how many views AIH gets. Ravel's one of them, especially right now with the card porn shit. Next video from the new Watchdogs Chasing Cardboard, how to relist an autograph that I don't have good feels about. Make no mistake, this is a great day for Ty. He was getting pounded. I was surprised how much those fools were getting whacked and are getting whacked. I'm used to the negative criticism. I'm used to being threatened to be sued. Every single video I make, I get threatened to be sued. Every single video I make, you could go through the comments and it's going to be, it may not be 50-50, but it may be 70-30 positive to negative comments. I don't even want to say negative. They just have a different opinion about what I'm saying. Ty Wilson ain't used to that. This dude, Mike, he ain't used to that. So when Ty's mistake got exposed, and it's like, Ty, you're an idiot. He wasn't ready for the criticism. And I don't blame him. And that is one area. If, you know, self-reflection and when you create these stories, that is one area that I do think about when I make these videos and put people's faces and names. I was surprised at the level of heat they got. Would it have changed what I did or how I approached the story? No. Will it change how I approach stories in the future? I will probably, try to tiptoe around things. You could literally watch the first video I made about this. I don't think I ever mentioned their names in the whole video. It was really more a lesson on how to and how not to sell autographs, regardless if this is real or authentic or not. This is not how to sell autographs of this value. $5 autographs, $10 autographs. So what? This authenticated is worth $400 to $500. Easy. So as a seller, it's wise to do that so you can maximize your profit, but you're also giving your buyer peace of mind. Because if your buyer doesn't have peace of mind, they might go and get Beckett to look at it. And it looks like there was good reason to question the rock autograph because the seller himself said he didn't feel good about the authentication. Like, Ty is a moron. Ty is a fucking moron. But yes, there is part of me that is glad that he got a win today or yesterday, or whenever he got that box from PSA, because this dude was getting fucking pounded. And if you're not used to that, that'll fuck up your whole day. That'll get into your family life. That'll get into everything. If you're not used to the negativity, the negative comments, the people telling you that you're full of shit, people telling you to delete your channel, people telling you that you're going to get sued, people telling you this. If you're not used to that, whoo boy. Yeah, I wish I sold out to Jeff Wilson. Calling yourself the greatest is like Brittany Holmes calling herself an essential member of the NFL community. You guys are going to have to indulge me. I do not know who Brittany Holmes is. And I don't know if I still don't know. I'm sorry. Somebody's got to explain that one to me. Card porn was all about crying about Backyard Breaks hits, then Logo Man Police. Yeah, I mean, the thing with card porn is I think his biggest mistake, I think he should be, well, he's gone now, but I think he should have been and should be allowed to say whatever the heck he wants. I don't like calling yourself a watchdog. By de facto, yeah, Sports Card Radio, me, technically I'm seen as a quote watchdog. But calling yourself that? Like, come on. It's fucking stupid. 0-0 Lions have the ball on their own 13-yard line. 10:06 left in the first. You can tell I don't play fantasy football anymore, and you can tell I don't have my former job of scalping NFL football tickets anymore because I'm literally not watching the game, and I didn't even know who was playing. The PPPP Ryan Collection says, drama is why all the boys collect. Yeah, come on. I know your wives are on the 15th season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The top shows on Netflix all revolve around drama. Believe it or not, this website has gotten thousands of clicks today by just summarizing a stupid article and a situation that happened 2-3 months ago. People love the drama. We have 300 people in here watching me on a hotel Wi-Fi. Because the hobby loves the drama. And it's fun. 14-0 Chief John, you're trying to scare some people. You're trying to scare some Lions fans, I think. I think it's still 0-0. John's over here trying to scare some people who have bets on this game. Florida is a S-hole. I disagree. I hope I don't sound elitist. Is Florida California? No. Okay, I've lived in California, Arizona, and Nevada. So I've lived in some liberal states. I've lived in some conservative states. Is Florida California in terms of weather, women, and weed? No. But boy, it's right up there compared to other states. My favorite state I've ever lived in is definitely Arizona. Arizona's the greatest place ever. The Bargain Boxer Vintage Sports Shack. Yeah. Ties for Beanie Babies. I hope he does a pump. I mean, I have a Beanie Babies website, Beanie Babies YouTube, so. I hear Ty Cobb is still signing. I mean, I do think it's interesting that they sent in 3 autographs and they kind of glossed over that actually one of them didn't come back authentic. So when you're selling autographs, is 2 out of 3 good? Now, to my knowledge, they weren't trying to sell this Ty Cobb autograph. They didn't put it on eBay. I don't think it was privately listed anywhere. I don't know what they were going to do with it. So the only thing that really matters is the one autograph that they were trying to sell and did list for sale twice. Certainly the one thing that I care about. But I think it is an interesting footnote that they sent in 3 autographs. They were going to give them away to their email. Talk about a fucking scam. They said they were going to give them away to their email subscribers, and then he deletes the video. So these guys are in it for clicks and clout and fame. When you actually create a fake giveaway, you don't give these cards, you create a fake giveaway to get some email subscribers, and then to which you actually never give away what you said you were going to give to them because you deleted the video. So that's why people are going to want to know, do we apologize to Chasing Cardboard? Do we apologize to Ty? No, because the guys act sketchy as fuck from the moment I emailed him about it. And he said that he didn't think it was real. Ty doesn't think it was real, unless he was lying to me. Maybe he was lying to me. Like the Shaq guy says, they are stupid. Exactly. We talked about it on our live stream when we talked about, I think it was called Chasing Scammers or whatever. It was the same title as this video. We talked about these guys. And the question was, are they stupid? Are they scammers? Are they both? It's one of the 3 outcomes. They're stupid, they're scammers, or they're both. So that's what I would ask Ty. Are you just stupid? The point is, he shouldn't have relisted a card he didn't have good feels about. And if he did that, we wouldn't be in this mess. JMF Collectibles in here clearing up the drama here. He says that Ty Cobb only signs sticker autos. So thank you, JMF Collectibles, for clearing up any of that confusion. So if you see something with Ty Cobb with a sticker auto, you're going to know it's real. Bob Bozo, Mr. Wilson, you have overdue fees on running away from criticism. Please return book or pay line. He wasn't used to the criticism that you get if you end up in a Sports Card Radio video. And actually, to that, I have sensitivity toward. I have sensitivity for Ty and Chasing Cardboard for that, because that's a lot to deal with if you've never dealt with it. The hate, the stream of you're a scammer, you're selling fake shit. Why'd you relist the Rock Auto? You should go on Sports Card Radio. You're this, you're that, you're this. If you're not used to that and you don't have literally probably years of dealing with that, it's tough. So actually, he deserved it. Ty deserved it because he's a fucking moron. But I can still have empathy for the guy. And was one of the reasons why I did wait a couple days before I made a video about him, because I was like, damn, these guys are well liked. The break says you're actually good for all levels of card collectors. Things you find out the normal everyday collector would never know about. Said Scandal, and end up the loser or end of a deal or worse. And that's why we're back here talking about it. Does it make Sports Card Radio look good that these got authenticated? No. Do I care? No. I don't get to control the fact pattern, right? I can have an opinion if this is real or not, but my opinion, frankly, doesn't matter. And it all gets back to the point is, hey, that's why we sell. That's why most of the hobby, that's why Ken Golden, that's why PWCC, that's why ComC, that's why every major auction houses sell autographs a certain way. And so when Chasing Cardboard didn't do that, yeah, that's going to look weird. But when PSA comes back and says 2 out of the 3 autographs that they sent in, PSA felt was authentic, we're going to cover it. We're going to talk about it. Whether it makes me look good, whether it makes me look bad, I don't care. Guys, the bars are open till 4 a.m. in Florida. You think I care about looking bad? I'm more worried about looking bad in front of the girls that are pretty hot here that I'm going to go out tonight. And I look like shit and fat. Woo. So we're here to cover the stories. We're here to cover the issues. I can do them the best that I can. With card porn, I wasn't following him. I don't know his trajectory. I don't know him. I don't know much about the facts about card porn. I can really just really compile summaries and direct people to other people who are covering it. Yeah, we're going to talk about things on Sports Card Radio, and sometimes they might make me look good. Sometimes they might not. And either way, I don't care. Because the facts are the facts. The facts are the facts. Ty was an idiot. He shouldn't have relisted it. He didn't think it was real. He sent them in, which he should have done to begin with, and PSA said they're real. Great. Doesn't change an ounce of what I think about PSA. One of the questions that came up was, should you trust the quick opinion? I don't know. I'm going to trust it just as much as I did before. It's an opinion. And in terms of autographs, the opinions in the hobby that matter are PSA, Beckett, and JSA. That's it. In terms of these third-person autographs, these in-person kind of stuff, not authenticated by a card manufacturer. And I think it's good to have skepticism in the hobby. It's good to question. Literally, question every single autograph that's authenticated, that comes out of a pack or not. The jerseys that go into cards should be questioned. The patches that are on cards. There was a Michael Jordan card, I don't know if it's still on here, that had a fake patch. Let's see if I can find it. They might have took the listing down. But absolutely, it should be something that should be talked about. I think they might have took the listing down. There was a Michael Jordan card that was autographed and was in a PSA DNA holder, but the card had a fake patch on it. People on the blowout forums, people who make videos, people on social media should absolutely talk about it. That's the way to keep people educated. That's the way to keep people informed. That's the way to keep people who are after clout, clicks, and fame, as Ty Wilson is. Way to keep some of these guys in check. Because if not, if we just let big sellers with big YouTube accounts, or Ken Golden, or PWCC, ComC, Jeff Wilson do shit like this, I don't know if it's real, but I just relist it. Beckett told me it was fake, but I just relist it. If we're going to let people do that, big fucking problems. He didn't mention the Ty Cobb. Yeah, that again, Ty Wilson has deleted stuff he's made about this topic. He's deleted posts. He's deleted videos. And he does leave out some, I think, important things in the fact pattern. When you go back and watch the video, the original video, we needed more money for Tennessee collection, episode 28. The rock autographs aren't as heavily discussed, I think, and shown as this Ty Cobb. Here's a screenshot from the video of when they show and talk about this Ty Cobb autograph. So I think it is relevant that this didn't come back authentic. And I think it's interesting that they've decided to make themselves look good and not mention it. Do you think it makes Sports Card Radio look good that these autographs came back authentic? I'm still on here talking about it. Why didn't Ty talk about the Ty Cobb? Why didn't he mention that 1 out of the 3 autographs actually didn't come back authentic? It's okay to talk about things that either work for you or work against you, guys. At the end of the day, we're just trying to create an honest marketplace for both buyers and sellers. We want people to buy stuff that is authentic. I want people to buy this box from me and there to be 24 packs inside, and this to be sealed, and this to be not tampered with. I want somebody to get this for me and overpay for 5 cards of Mickey Mantle. That'll be pretty much worthless, but I want this to be what it says it is when I go to sell it. And this type of low-level stuff, this like a low-level bullshit that Ty Wilson is pulling, this happens all the time in the sports card world, on Facebook groups, different selling platforms. This shit happens all the time. I'm probably only going to call it out when it's somebody of stature and who's chasing clicks and clout. I'm not going to call out low-level scammers or low-level morons. And that's part of the reason why Chasing Cardboard found themselves in this situation. They're a big account. They've sold 11,000 items that they've gotten positive feedback on this year. Maybe this, helped them develop some thicker skin, because I can guarantee you there's literally a mistake every month with this company. They're going to want to hope that the next mistake they make, and there will be another one because we all make mistakes, and especially if you're trying to move as much stuff as they have, then maybe you've built up some goodwill in the company. Ty should own his mistake. The baby can't do that. Typical Wilson move. For the record, I do think Ty Wilson should be feeling great and be pumping his fist a little bit that these came back authentic. I think it's very fair for him to be pumping his fist. My issue with him is he did talk about watchdogs when it's Ty, you're a watchdog. You get on here and tell people what to do, who to like, who's good, who's bad. Scatter 23 with the 199. Keep up the good work. Why delete? Yeah, right. I'm not going to delete anything. People can go back, and people have, and left comments on the videos that I made, telling me that I should retract, telling me that I should apologize, telling me that I'm bad for the hobby. All of those things I'm actually used to. I've heard those things for going on probably well over a decade. So in some cases, oddly enough, those comments are kind of fun to read and kind of fun to watch scroll through the timeline, because you're getting under somebody's skin. Why does Ty not come on this show since he's vindicated now? Answer that, Ty fanboys. And he's certainly welcome. He was welcome before. and he's welcome now. And we can talk about this. We could talk about the Ty Cobb. And we can talk about his decision to relist it, even though he didn't have the warm fuzzies. We could talk about how he offered to send it to me. We can pull up all the DMs that he sent me. And people can read his tone of voice to me, and people can read my tone back to him and see who's the one really upset. But he's definitely welcome to come on here. And he probably should, now that he just got this good bit of news. Might look good for him. Space Ghost says, chasing cardboard doesn't give me the warm fuzzies. Lions moving down the field. I fucking love it. SCR and Jerry... SCR is the Jerry Lawler and the Andy Kaufman, Jerry the King Lawler. You hicks, I'm going to sue you. You'll beg for my mercy with all the hate my fans are going to bring. I unfortunately, I fortunately can't control people's reaction to the videos I make. People are allowed to have their opinion on this rock autographs. People are allowed to have their opinion on the videos I make. People are allowed to comment. People are allowed to make other videos in reaction. I was surprised by the blowback that Chasing Cardboard received after I made the first video. That's not something they're used to. That's not something they probably expected. And that one hit you right in the nuts. That hit you right in the freaking nuts. So I get why they would be defensive. I get why they would hate Sports Card Radio. I get why they're probably will say bad things about us. Like, for sure. Because the blowback these guys received, even I was surprised by it. I was like, damn, people are cooking these guys. And I think part of it is the affect of Ty. Ty comes across as just fucking arrogant as fuck. Arrogant as fuck. Maybe there's a lot of arrogance in me, and that's why I'm able to see this. But boy, this guy just oozes. Like, Ty Wilson, I'm fucking God. What if Rick is giving us the old card porn here? Ooh, that would be interesting. Vintage Sports Check chimes in. I wouldn't call it a win. More like kissing his sister kind of situation. Yeah, but you got to look at it from Ty Wilson's perspective. Ty Wilson is a fucking moron. Ty is a fucking idiot. Like, he proved that in the first set of fact patterns. Ty is a moron. So Ty thinks that, oh, as long as I can get these in a holder, as long as I can get 2 out of 3 in a holder, I'm going to be vindicated. And me being a fucking idiot, selling these things and getting us to this point doesn't matter. Ty Wilson got that box from PSA, and it was fucking like a box of Viagra. Like a box of Viagra. I try to put myself in these guys' shoes. Ty Wilson thinks he's God. Ty Wilson thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. This guy Mike does too. These guys think they're the smartest fucking people in this hobby. So they get that box back from PSA and they immediately think, okay, well, we'll only talk about the 2 autographs that actually came back authentic. We won't mention the third one. And this will vindicate us. Jeff Goff looking good so far. The Lions solid. Got a couple receivers, coaching staff, running game. I don't know how their defense is, but probably improving. I think Ty, he has moved beyond it now. SCR should also. I just follow fact patterns. I wasn't even going to do a live tonight. But we had a fact pattern change in an important story. These 2 autographs came back authentic from PSA. I think it's worth talking about. I think there's a lot of angles what we can talk about. It's responsible to ask the coverage that we had about this. Should we apologize to Chasing Cardboard? Should we apologize to Rick? What does this mean for PSA? What does this mean for the Quick Opinion? Lots of questions you can ask. So that's absolutely worth talking about. And I don't think Chasing Cardboard has moved on from it. They did a live. They've done some other things. They've done some interviews. They're probably watching right now. I'm not sure it's something we should move on from. This type of thing is very common. You get questions about authenticity, whether it be a rock card, whether it be a Michael Jordan game used jersey, whether it be a box of Pokemon, aka G.I. Joe cards, whether it be trimmed cards in an SGC holder, a PSA holder, a BGS holder. These things are worth talking about. So Steelers 70, I actually worry about you. The fact that you actually don't want to talk about these things. You just want to cover your ears and be like, no, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Talk about Plates and Patches football that came out with these stupid product that's fucking Panini. Like, oh, should we be on here talking about this? Is this what you guys want to talk about? This fucking trash? Or how you guys are going to fucking collect these baseball players that you've literally never heard of? And if they walk by you on the street, you wouldn't recognize them? Is that what we should talk about? It worries me that you don't want to talk about it. It worries me that Ty didn't want to talk about the Ty Cobb autograph, that Ty has deleted stuff about it. He's deleted posts. He's deleted videos about it. Why don't you guys want to talk about it? Why not? I think it's important. I think authenticity is important. Golden does. You can't list fucking bullshit authenticated items on Golden, on PWCC, on ComC, on many other auction houses. I think it is important to talk about it. And these guys came on. They talked about it. I think it's important to talk about. When I teabag a teabag, he yells. When I teabag, he yells, Fleer! Jeff Goff looks better than Mahomes. Just give it a couple weeks. If it turns out Ty has a mental disability, you will have to apologize a second time for calling him a moron. I would apologize because it would explain a lot. If Ty Wilson comes out and has a mental disability, it would explain a lot. That a guy who has sold 10,000 things on eBay and who proclaims himself to be basically an expert in the hobby and a nice guy, why he would list an autograph that he didn't feel good about the authenticity of. It would explain a lot. And I would apologize if he had a mental disability. Absolutely. Why did Ty Mike delete their videos, and why did Ty not show up to the National if everything was on the up and up? Right. Why are we deleting anything? Or why are we not wanting to talk about it? Maybe there's a reason to delete it because some reason, right? But why are we not talking about the Ty Cobb that was in there? And why should I not talk about this stuff? Do you see a future in digital like Panini Dunk? Not in my lifetime. Maybe if I'm 40, so if you're in your 20s, perhaps. But it's been my history since I was in 6th grade and I started working in a card shop. People love to hold and fondle these pictures of men. And the digital stuff, to me, it's a different category. that Jordan jersey was as legit as Jeff Wilson's PPP loan. Well, Jeff Wilson did legitimately get 2 PPP loans. So don't forget about that. Still don't understand why a guy signing a nickname on a piece of cardboard is considered a legal signature. Does Dwayne The Rock Johnson even have a copyright for using the name The Rock? Well, I don't know if he has to. I bet the WWE probably likely owns the trademark maybe to his name. Now, maybe he's so famous that he's gotten into a situation where he does own The Rock, but I think the way that WWE was used to set up was the WWE owns your name and they own The Rock. And I could definitely see wrestlers. I think it would be very common for them to sign in their character or their whatever their stage name is. I actually think that's pretty common. TD Detroit, Amon St. Brown, really good wide receiver. So the Chiefs are getting off slow as they did, I think, a year or two ago, and they still made and won the Super Bowl. So I wouldn't. Probably got a long way to go in that game. Can't beat that Phoenix weather except in the summer. 9 months out of the 8 months out of the year, it's amazing. And I love the people there and just the vibe. Yeah, we have Coke here. Well, there's pretty girls here too. I'll say that. Rock might have signed it shitty, so PSA questioned it. PSA definitely questioned it initially on the quick opinion. And then when they looked at it, they said it was real. And we see these type of things happen all the time. We hear about crack and submit for better grades. And look, these could have came back not authentic. And you know what Ty and Mike could have done? They could have sent them back in and tried to get another opinion. Or they could have sent them to Beckett. And maybe they would have put them in a holder. Really doesn't matter. It's good for Ty. It's good for Mike. The reason why I made the videos that I made that are still up is Ty made the decision to sell this fucking thing after legitimate questions were raised about its authenticity, and Ty himself didn't think it was real. So I bet there was nobody more surprised than Ty that those things came back authentic. Sign up for Chasing Cardboard Sales Fund. And I will take issue. And if they do want to come on the show, Ty Wilson or anybody from the Hobby Palooza, I'll take issue that the video he deleted, he said he was going to give away, if the Ty Cobb or the 2 Rock autographs came back authentic, he was going to give them away to his email subscribers. And then you delete the video, and then you don't give the cards away that did come back authentic to your email subscribers. Like, what the fuck, bro? Chasing clout, bros. You could that could be directed at these guys. That could also be directed at Sports Card Radio. Goddamn right, I try to chase clout or chase clicks or chase whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Who makes content to not get clicked on? Who makes content to not? Now, one thing I haven't done is try to get you guys to buy anything or try to get you to sign up for an email list or try to, say I'm going to do a giveaway and then don't. It's one of the rare times that I'm actually, I probably have about 20 things listed in these auctions every week. And it's one of the rare times that I'm actually showing what I'm selling. Bought this box for $150 and it's at $248. So we'll make a little bit of money there, but not as much as Ty will selling these Rock autographs, baby. What are your thoughts on doing a Sports Card Radio card show or trade night or Discord?
Told you about the Discord.
If I think one of those things, a Sports Card Radio Discord is likely. Us doing a trade night, I would go to a trade night.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I told you about that Discord, and we got to set it up.
I know you're telling me all about it. I mean, I've got the guy here, Tim, who could help facilitate it and get it all ready. So I think a
We
Discord.
actually already have one, but all we have to do is start sending out the link.
There we go. I got to get off my lazy ass and promote myself for once. I got to do a better job. I got to do a better job like Chasing Cardboard and promote themselves and promote my links and promote other ways, I guess, to contact Sports Card Radio. I'd also want to provide like a value that if you did sign up for the Discord, provide some kind of, I would want to commit to, hey, if you did this, not that you would get something tangibly, but that it would be informative, or that you could reach out to me and ask me a question, or that you could get a question read on the show or something like that. So that's something I actually want to kind of think through. As far as a trade night, I would go to one happily. I don't think I would organize one because I don't think I would be very good at it, but I would happily go to one. Thoughts on doing a Sports Card Radio card show? We thought about doing this when COVID was, when we were not in the limelight and COVID was still going on, and some of these cards, and we thought about, boy, card show is actually a really good idea. I would rather go and support local shows. I would rather go and support people around my area or people around the country who are putting on shows. I would like to go and support them. So instead of putting on my own show, I'd like to go to more shows and just promote them, support them, let people know that they're there. Maybe I can get a table and promote other people who are already in that space and who are already working hard. Ty Cobb real? The Ty Cobb was not real. According to PSA. People can have their own opinion on if they think that's real or not. Vintage Sports Shack, don't be stupid. Scatter with the 199. Discord is money and honest and best way to sell and trade. Right. And I'd also want, if I created a Discord and people were buying and selling things, I'd want everything to be on the up and up, because I would never want somebody to get scammed. I never would want to feel like somebody came in there and got a bad deal. So that would all be something that I would have to think about. I don't want to end up in a video that somebody makes and says, I got scammed from the Sports Card Radio Discord, right? So those are all things that, I'd have to consider.
That's something I've also thought a lot about, so we can talk about that if you want.
Let's do that. Are you sharing that hotel room? Absolutely, with my brother, who is out with his coworkers tonight, or he would actually be here. But we are on the East Coast. We are in Florida, and the bars stay open till 4 a.m. So even though it's 9 p.m. here, we got plenty of time. PSA authenticates lots of fake cards, so this means nothing. Well, I think it means something for Ty. It means something in the Ty household. It means something in the Chasing Cardboard household. It means something for them. It means something for their supporters. Now, yeah, I mean, there's a long history of PSA authenticating fake shit. I mean, we have a bunch of it on our website. All this shit is fake or trimmed, or the first card they ever fucking graded is trimmed. Trimmed Bill Russell, $30,000. Fake Jordan. Trimmed Jeter card. This is $100,000 card. This card was in ESPN. This card was in ESPN before the hobby boom. This was in 2018. I remember when that article popped. That card was trimmed. How about a trimmed fucking PMG in a Beckett holder? Of course, these cards didn't come out of the fucking pack 9.5. Be lucky to get a 6 on those cards. A 6 would be a good score on that card. Look how short it looks in the holder. Of course, that card's fucking trimmed. Fake autograph on a Peyton Manning card. Trimmed Tom Brady rookie card. Tons of these exquisites are fucking trimmed. Tons of them. Trimmed LeBron. Fake patch, trimmed card. Fake patch, trimmed, fake. Forged last name. There are 9 of these fucking cards that were trimmed by Will Jamett, Heroes of Sport. 9 of them. 9 of them. Bunch of these Steph Curry and James Harden cards from 2009 got trimmed. Bowman, Absolute, Crown Royal. What's that? Prestige. What is that? Court Kings, Crown Royal, trimmed. Bunch of Curry cards trimmed. Nobody ever talks about that. Curry trimmed. Every holder. So it is important to point out that just because these things are in a holder doesn't mean they're real. But do I trust PSA more than Rick? Yeah, Rick seems like a nice guy, but believe it or not, I trust PSA more than Rick. Do I trust PSA more than this fucking idiot Ty? Yeah. So that's why we still use them. That's why we still trust them. But we're going to hold them accountable. PSA owns this superfractor of Juan Soto. PSA owns this card. This autograph used to trail off the card. Well, somebody came and wiped it. Their little fucking Kurt's Card Care or whatever. And wiped off part of his fucking autograph. And PSA put it in a holder. Used to be in a Beckett holder. PSA owns this card. This card's not in circulation. Aaron Judge. I bet a ton of these cards are trimmed. And it's important to talk about these things. I remember when I was writing these articles in 2019, people were like, stop talking about this stuff. Why? Let's educate the hobby. Let's make people aware. Doesn't mean these cards are worthless. I'd still buy a fucking trimmed Steph Curry autograph. Maybe I'll get a discount on it. But I'd want to know that it's not a fucking 10-10. So the comment was exactly right. Hey, these, it doesn't mean much. I think it means a lot to Ty. I think it means a lot to Chasing Cardboard. It certainly doesn't mean a lot to the market or to the hobby or to me. That's why I'm on here covering it. That's why I'm on here talking about it. Because if they were real or not, okay. I'm going to talk about it either way. I'm not going to delete the shit I said in the past. Snowdog 1968, who's got the Will Greer rookies? That's what I'm fucking talking about. He also says, did Sports Card Radio get bought out by Fanatics for $200 million? They better buy us out before we sink their teeth into them. I mean, if you don't think Fanatics got something coming, if you don't think it's not worth holding these companies accountable, whether it's a relatively small company like Chasing Cardboard or a huge company like Fanatics is going to be, these motherfuckers are going to have a monopoly in the trading card business. A monopoly. These guys are going to be able to do whatever they want, charge whatever they want, sell whatever they want, put dog shit on a poop and fucking sell it to you. So watchdogs, self-proclaimed watchdogs, people who don't even know they were the watchdogs, it is going to be important to call Fanatics out for any type of bullshit, little or big, that happens. Because they're going to be unchecked. There's going to be no competition. They're going to be the only ones with a license. They're going to be the only one making major sports cards. Brian Gray might be working for them soon. There'll literally be nobody who can kind of check this company except the fans, except social media accounts, except collectors. Fanatics is going to have a monopoly, and they're likely going to get greedy, and they're likely going to do dumb shit, and they're likely going to charge you guys an arm and a leg for stuff that isn't worth it. So the smartest fucking thing Fanatics could do before they take over is cut Sports Card Radio a check. Because I could see some fun stories covering Fanatics. Guess who one of the scammers turned out to be? Kenny Boy Golden, and you think his auction house is on the up and up. I don't. Look, I have listings in this auction. Does that mean I'm not up and up? These are things that I'm selling, that I've bought and sold. Everything in these auctions, maybe some of them are Ken's personal items. Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. I hear from collectors who put auctions in these, who put listings in these auctions. Golden is just a consigner, the same way DC Sports is a consigner, the same way Check Out My Cards is a consigner, the same way Probstein is a consigner, the same way these guys, I think, consign stuff. Everything I've sold on Golden Marketplace, I've been paid for. Some of the things I've made money on, some of them I haven't. Sometimes I'm surprised that how much things sell for. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm surprised that they went for a little less. But I've gotten paid. These are other people's cards, by and large. These are not Ken Golden's cards. Maybe he wishes some of these were his. Maybe he's bidding on them. Maybe Nat Turner's bidding. I know Nat Turner bids on these auctions. But I respect if you don't think it. I do respect if you think his auctions aren't on the up and up. I'm only telling you my personal experience that I actually do have dozens of listings in these auctions each week. They get paid for. There hasn't been any issues in terms of customer service issues that I know of from items that I have sold, hopefully. And I think you can trust auctions on Golden. I think you can trust auctions on PWCC, on Check Out My Cards, from tons of sellers on eBay, from other auction houses. I think you can trust it. I think I would look critically at things like this Ty Cobb autograph in light of what we know about Ty Cobb's autograph, right? If I was in the market for this, boy, oh boy, I would be really looking at that. Really looking at, does the dates match up? Was Ty Cobb alive in 1954? What's this autograph? It certainly looks a little different than the one over here, right? Those do look different, right? So it's important, even if you do or don't trust Golden or do or don't trust PWCC, always do your due diligence on this stuff, right? Don't just trust the holder. I think most people watching that there's you guys are smart enough. You know this. I'm not fucking breaking any news here. You guys know that if you're going to spend $1,700 on this autograph, you're probably going to fucking actually look at it a little closer than just blindly trusting PSA. And so I think Warlock, it's good to have healthy skepticism. It's good to have skepticism about Golden, about eBay, about ComC, about Rick, about Chasing Cardboard. I can tell you from my experience, I've sold 170,000 cards on Check Out My Cards. I've sold tons of listings now, probably dozens per week on Golden. I mainly purchase on eBay. I do not sell a lot on eBay, but I make mistakes selling on eBay. And it's good to have a feedback system where you can be held accountable. And it's publicly available. People can come to this and see, it's not a perfect record here. It's good to have skepticism, though. Quick opinions are by default not authentic. He's talking about the quick opinions on the autographs. And I could see why PSA or whoever, Beckett, doing these quick opinions, why they would lean on the side of caution. And now, yeah, most of the time, it doesn't have to be with this specific autograph, where, yeah, they're probably going to say more often than not that it's not likely to pass, because they don't want to then get it in hand and figure out that something's not right. Now, going forward, should we trust these things or not? I think it's good that they're available. And it was good that they were available in this instance because it finally pushed fucking idiot Ty to do the thing he should have done in the beginning and was send it in. So the quick opinions, even if they were right or wrong, it frankly doesn't matter. It pushed Ty to do the right thing. And I think they can be useful information. It'd be interesting to do a quick opinion on this. Do a quick opinion on this. Send this to Beckett. Does Beckett think this is real? I mean, you likely send a quick opinion of a PSA slab and a PSA thing. They're probably going to come back with that it's real. But it would be interesting to send an item like this to Beckett. Does Beckett think this Ty Cobb autograph is real? Maybe I'll do some experimenting on that. Bob Boozle says I need to send my wife to the trimmer. I'm not going to make fun of your wife, but boy, I wish I could get a little trimmer too, boy. Seems like I've been eating nothing for like the last 2 weeks, and I bet I've freaking gained weight.
Put me in the trimmer.
Man, I'm telling you, what the fuck is going on? Wendy Frank says California sober, baby. That's right. Mushrooms, weed. As long as you're not doing H and Coke in California, you're considered sober. Brendan Ryan says the universal grading scale is a pipe dream. Yeah, I think there should be separate grading companies. I think they should have their own standards and they should stick to them. I think it's good. It's one of the few areas where we do still have competition. That is on the grading side of things. You do have options where you're going to send your cards. Whereas in a few months, if you want brand new sports cards, you're not going to have a choice. Your choice is going to dry up.
Do you think Beckett's going to stick around?
I do, only because of the owner of this company. It's weird. The owner of Beckett, who I think is in jail, the guy who actually owns Beckett or owns the holding company, I think he went to jail for some pretty shady stuff, but it wasn't related to sports cards. It was related to like bribing politicians or something in North Carolina or South Carolina. Greg Lindenberg, I think you guys can Google his name or look him up. The funny thing is the holding company that owns Beckett, they're like, their company credo, the thing they run their company off of is they don't sell their companies. He literally has like thousands of companies or hundreds of companies and he doesn't sell them. That's like what he doesn't do, is he doesn't sell the company. So the holding company that owns Beckett, their motto is we don't sell our company. So that's the only thing that gives me pause. It should be a company that is looked at. It should be, because they have other things besides the grading. They have a website. They have a marketplace. They used to be big in pricing.
Do you think they'll pivot enough to stay relevant in the market?
They might be able to, because I think they've been grading. I think they've been grading about 60,000 cards a month, according to this website. And that actually might be enough to graded yesterday. So they graded 3,000 cards yesterday. So this is a company that's on average, if you took these grading close to 100,000 cards a month at whatever, $20, $30 a pop. I mean, we could almost, extract the revenue that these companies make on a daily basis. Grading 3,000 cards a month, you might be able to sustain a business with that, even if all your other shit loses money. Now, here's the thing. Tim, you might have better insight into this. I know that Burbank Card Store for a while, his entire inventory was run off Beckett. I mean, I heard one of the most captivating presentations I've ever heard by Rob Beer. This is going on, this is like literally 10 or 15 years ago. This guy did a presentation at the Beckett Industry Summit that this guy could literally motivate you to go out tomorrow and buy 50,000 comments and put them on the Beckett marketplace and start flipping cards.
I don't know anything about that.
And his entire shop was run through Beckett. And what that means is that every single transaction and every single sale that Burbank Sports Cards made ran through Beckett's payment processing, through their organization system. Like literally Beckett could be getting 1 to 3% of every single sale Burbank Cards makes. So I actually think Beckett could literally probably cease to exist, except for to keep all these databases, and so why does Burbank use Beckett? Well, look at this database right here. Think about how much money it would cost to pay an employee to type this out for every single card that Burbank has listed, and they have millions listed. So what they do is they license the data from Beckett, who has all this data, who has a lot of this crap, and who even has stock images of some of these cards. Now, I don't know if it's still the truth that he goes through Beckett Marketplace 43 million cards. So here he is. And what you used to do, I don't know if he's changed his store, but you used to be able to go into a store and you wouldn't even look at cards. You'd go onto a computer and you'd pick out cards. And that was all controlled by Beckett. So what could be happening is there's some hidden revenue streams that people don't even realize that Beckett has. They could literally be getting 1 to 3% of every single transaction Burbank Sports Cards makes. So that would be lucrative. Them grading 3,000 cards a day, that's lucrative because you're just getting paid to give your opinion. You should be able to make that profitable. So it wouldn't shock me if Beckett actually is a profitable company. Now, are they what they were? Have they lost some luster? Have they lost some market share? Absolutely. But it actually wouldn't shock me if this is still a profitable venture. If they still have a relationship with Burbank Cards, and if these numbers are true, it's possible. What they'll try to pivot into, I don't know. I always thought they should have went back into pricing. Why they didn't come out with their own card ladder, beyond me. This stupid shit about organizing shit and an app and blah, blah, blah. Like nobody cares. People want to know what their card is and how much it's worth. And what's the grade?
In an easy market or trade place.
Right. And where can I sell it?
Yeah. Beckett could easily just make that platform where they could become.
And I mean, they have the marketplace, but they don't market this thing very well. You know, they do not market this. You do not hear about transactions occurring on here. Now, transactions do occur on here, but it's probably mostly likely Burbank and these people that they sponsor up here. I mean, it's basically all of their inventory.
I mean,
so
more like
there's hope.
I meant more like they could be more like ComC marketplace.
Sure, where they're actually taking in cards instead of just essentially, they're running a marketplace like eBay. I like the check out my cards model. I've sold 170,000 some odd cards on there, and I buy a lot of cards on there and flip them. I think if Beckett created a reason to come to this website every day and a reason to log in and check your account and check the cards that you had and marketed it and like pushed this out to people, there's probably a lot of people who don't even know this even exists. It's just, Beckett is very much stuck in the old days. I'm surprised there's even still activity on this forum. What else we got? Ty is a cherry picking king. I just tell the whole story, Ty. Don't be afraid to talk about this, Ty. I think from the rip, if he admitted his mistake and was a little bit more forthcoming and didn't look into the camera and start pointing at who you should like and who you shouldn't, Ty rubbed a lot of people the wrong way with his response to this. And at that point, people did not care if this shit was real or not. People didn't care. They were rubbed wrong. They were rubbed the wrong way by Ty and his response to it. And that's carrying over probably into today. That while Ty probably feels vindicated, he feels good about this. He feels like we should probably be canceled, or I should delete my channel, or I should be sued, or one of these things, when in reality, it didn't really matter what these cards were in a holder. It was the decision to, one, not send it to PSA to begin with, and then to two, to relist it after the authenticity was in question and after Ty himself said he didn't have the warm fuzzies about it. We're learning people in the hobby are generally dishonest. I don't know if Ty was being dishonest here. I just think Ty is really stupid. Ty thinks if he was trying to be dishonest, I don't know. I don't know if Ty was actually trying to be dishonest. I think he's just stupid. I think he's just legitimately fucking stupid. And in the process may come across as dishonest or look like he's being dishonest. And certainly when you start deleting stuff and you start deleting your posts and you only talk about the things that make you look good, what should I call my Volleyball Clips YouTube Shorts channel? That is our producer, Tim. You might want to help him out, guys, with that. Tim, put your short channel in the YouTube description so people can go to it. Rick says Ty will be meeting Chris Hansen soon in the card aisle at Walmart. 7-7, Lucas Factor says. Is every Wilson a scammer? It is weird that Ty Wilson and Jeff Wilson have the same name. If Jeff had done this shit, if Jeff had emailed me and said, I didn't have the warm fuzzies about the autograph authentication, but I still relisted it, Jeff would have got fucking cooked. Vintage Sports Shack signing off. Good night, brother. Love your videos. If Ty was on here, he still wouldn't look at the camera. He'd look at the camera and tell you he'd tell you Card Collector 2 was good, Jeff was good, Slab Stocks is good, and certainly would insinuate that I'm bad. Jesus effing Christ, they have negative numbered cards now. That's right. So this Fanatics bullshit that they're going to do to you guys. And there were people in our chat or leaving comments. Oh, we're shills for Fanatics. And guys, compared to Panini, Fanatics is like a godsend. So when we're comparing Fanatics and Panini, yeah, it is going to sound like we're fucking Fanatics shills. But when the dust settles and Panini's long gone and you guys are done thinking about them, don't care about Prism anymore, don't care about Optic and Select, those names will be out of your fucking vocabulary. When all the dust settles, Fanatics will have a monopoly in this business surrounding new cards. They also own PWCC. They'll probably pick up God knows what else they'll buy. We will probably be as hard on Fanatics and its ownership and some of its employees, as hard on them as anybody we've ever talked about in the history of our website. Period. Unless they send me $200 million. No, I'm just kidding. PSA is complicit. Now, there was some stuff going around and people questioning, well, these got authenticated because PSA is in on this and Ty or whoever has an inside man at PSA. I don't believe that. I actually do think that is conspiracy, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot, but I could be wrong. I'd be shocked. if they had an inside man.
Are you
Graded cards. Go ahead, Tim.
purposely like far back in chat or?
Yeah, I'm so far fucking back, bro.
Just because you're like very far back right now, so just wanted to give you a heads up.
This is what happens when I get fucking we are not at Burning Man, but I wish I was. Believe me, I wish I had a channel. I wish I had a channel. I talked about this with Colin. I wish I had a channel that I could cover the Burning Man thing because I'd have 1 million views on it, guaranteed.
Same.
Okay, Brian is so far back behind in the chat. He's going through last week's comment. Exactly.
That's why I said that.
And it's 14-7. Way behind on the game. So that's what happens. So I'll scroll through some of these things, see if we got any good questions, see if we got any good anybody who disagrees or wants me to cover more things that I haven't talked about. Again, we don't delete anything. We haven't deleted anything about this. I wrote an article about it today. I'm on here doing a live. For some reason, Ty in their live stream didn't mention that the Ty Cobb didn't get authenticated. For some reason, he's deleted posts. He's deleted videos talking about this. If that doesn't fucking make you look sketchy, I don't know what does. I've invited him on the live stream. He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to talk. Maybe he will now. People care. They grade 100,000 a month. Trust they care, and they scamming with no added value. It is amazing how many cards these companies grade a month. Items graded yesterday. PSA graded 62,000 fucking cards. So you think they're really looking at this shit that close? It's company policy to not look at this stuff that close. They're probably on a time limit how long they can look at this stuff. They're probably timed to not look at this stuff that much. The person looking at these autographs makes less than 99% of the people watching this video. Is the producer using clips of him playing volleyball or of women playing volleyball? I think that's.
I could get women.
I know what I'd want to. I know what I'd want to watch.
I did film this on Labor Day, the Hermosa Beach Bikini Open.
I mean, that's what I'm fucking talking about. I mean, I'm gonna quit this and start a volleyball channel like tomorrow, or a thing on Burning Man. I can't believe there weren't more videos about that. It's like Fire Festival Part 2.
Dan the Card Man said, I vaguely remember that the date on that Ty Cobb is the same as the exemplar on the PSA site.
That's true. I was more confident that the Ty Cobb was fake than anything else. I mean, the Ty Cobb had to have been fake. I would have been shocked. I actually would have been shocked if PSA authenticated the Ty Cobb, because that probably does get kicked up to somebody higher on the food chain who is a little more experienced at looking at autographs. Because that is probably actually more expensive to authenticate an autograph like this as well. This is not just the rock, even though it would increase the value of this. This is probably worth at least $400 or $500, at least in my estimation. It's not worth what a Ty Cobb authentic autograph is. And why they chose to not talk about it is just another interesting thing in the fact pattern. They'll come on here and talk about when things are going well, but you won't mention the mistakes you made. And then you'll fucking talk about watchdogs, but then you'll try to watchdog yourself. That's just, I know. Hall of Famer Logan Ward chiming in. Damn it, Ryan, pick up the pace. I know. First of all, I started early tonight. I'm on a different time zone. I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. I got Tim here, but I got behind on the chat. Jeezy Keen says, there we go. What you drinking? Oh, yes. Di-Serono, baby. That actually goes down pretty easy. If PSA can show me one Rock Auto where the K is shaped like that one, I'll lick a butt. I mean, yeah, if you were to ask my opinion, do I think these autographs are real? No. I wouldn't buy them. I would not buy them because there were people who did videos where they did actually analyze the signature. They analyzed the squiggly line underneath. And despite what Chasing Cardboard wants to tell you and other people want to tell you, you can look at an image of an item. And that's enough to tell if the fucking autograph is. If the image is enough for Ty to think it's real, I think the image is enough for people to think it's not real. If Ty was concerned about the opinion on the autograph, he should have fucking sent it in to begin with. The fact that he didn't opened up all the questions. I do not think the autograph, this one, I have not looked at the second one very closely at all, so I could not make an opinion on that one. The first one, the one that we talked about in the videos, I think is fake. But does that change my opinion at PSA? No. Because, hello, guys. PSA, as documented not only on our website, but other websites as well and forums, has made literally countless mistakes on cards of way more significant value. It's a $28,000 Bill Russell card. This is the first card they ever graded, a Honus Wagner T206 that belonged to Wayne Gretzky. So PSA has made mistakes. That's just something that you have to take into account. And yes, I will still trust PSA's opinion over Ty and over Rick and over any random seller on eBay. That's just the world we live in. Maybe this is an opportunity for another business to come along and revolutionize the autograph space and jump in here. And we could see a similar situation where you could jump in on this photo matching, which to me is a little more an exact science than authenticating autographs. At least they're using pictures and they're trying to find evidence that it's real or not. So maybe in the next couple of years, we'll see companies develop perhaps technology, perhaps an AI to crack the code on autograph authentication. Maybe this isn't the last time this autograph will be looked at. Maybe somebody will crack the code on autograph authentication, prove to people that they have a better way of doing it than just the hidden system that's currently used by PSA and Beckett. And this autograph will get authenticated again. Wouldn't shock me at all. So that's why we're on here talking about it, because as the facts change, we come on here and talk about them. Whether they make us look good, whether they make Ty look good, doesn't matter. We're on here talking about it. I think it's healthy. Sponsor us, Manscaped. They did. They did at one point. They sent us some Manscapes, and then I dropped mine, and it broke. But it does work really well. I will give a now unsponsored vouch. I have no reason to say that it worked well. It did work well until I dropped it and it broke. More Muff says Taco Bell also has a good record of getting the order correct. And they probably do. Actually, Taco Bell probably 99.999%. It's probably similar to the eBay feedback. Out of 11,000 orders at Taco Bell, probably 39 are negative and 37 are neutral, and the other 10,000 or so are mostly positive. You knew what you were coming in to get, and you got your burrito. Taco Bell better than PSA? I disagree. I'm going PSA. Taco Bell is efficient. Ryan has been captured by big toilet paper. Possibly. If a toilet paper company wants to sponsor the show, we will take it. We will take it.
With
How am
all
I
the
doing on the
soft
chat?
boys.
How am I doing on the for all the soft boys? How am I doing on the chat? Am I finally caught up to I probably missed hundreds of comments, and I apologize if you had a question that you wanted to ask. Paul says the second Rock Auto is on eBay right now. Maybe we should buy it. I want this one. I want the first one. I don't want the second one because one, you can't see it that good. Two, I haven't looked at it. I really honestly haven't looked at it that close, so I couldn't make a determination if I thought it was real or not. I think this first one is fake, but I would still buy it. So I think it would be cool if actually we had that card. So maybe, okay, so the Chasing Cardboard pulled an audible. They were going to give away the cards to their emailed subscribers, but now they put them on eBay. I think it was a charity auction, so it wasn't like Chasing Cardboard was trying to be greedy. I believe I heard that it was for a charity auction. So mention that. Hobby Champs, to be fair. Go ahead, Tim.
Do you think Fanatics would ever buy BGS or SGC types?
Yeah, I think
And
they definitely.
What do you think it would happen?
Yeah, I definitely think they want something like this. They want a greater. Beckett probably makes less sense now that Fanatics already has PWCC. So getting the Beckett marketplace that isn't as a value add as it was before. I think the company that could add a lot of value and you could actually get a deal done is SGC. PSA would cost into the billions to pull off that transaction. Beckett to me is more complicated. And then I talked about how Beckett doesn't. Beckett's ownership, their company motto is to not sell. Now, maybe, hey, the owner's sitting in jail. Maybe things can definitely change, but I've never heard of anything that changes that. So I think for Fanatics, I would look at SGC. I think CGC would be too expensive of an acquisition. This company's literally owned by, ironically, a former card trimmer, Dave Foreman. It's run by Peter, who I think Peter started as like a minimum wage worker there. Here's our boy Peter right here. This guy, Peter, doesn't get enough credit for what he's done at SGC. The biggest surprise that I had during the COVID boom was the fact that fucking SGC went from a brand nobody was thinking about to being literally like the number 2 grading company. Probably in terms of sports cards, they're literally number 1 or number 2, or number 2 or number 3.
They have the highest recorded sales, like all-time high, like
right.
sold
Some of these key
are
cards
SGC slabs. Yep.
Yeah, some of these key Mickey Mantles. There's a couple of good Honus Wagners. Actually, for many years, SGC, they were known for vintage cards and respected for that. And it was almost laughable to see a modern card, and certainly a TCG card, see a modern card in one of these old SGC holders. So a lot of credit, I think, should go to Peter and the employees and the leadership there. The fact that this company is even relevant and that they surpass Beckett in a lot of ways, and that they're knocking on the door to CGC, who's been around a long time and been grading TCG for a long time, is amazing. And if I were Fanatics, I absolutely would look at this company. I think if I was looking for somebody to run my company, Peter at SGC would be somebody that I would try to pull away. Because I think what he was able to do, overtaking Beckett, when people used to laugh at this company literally is owned by a card trimmer, by somebody who trims cards.
What about
he was
Brian Gray?
Brian Gray, I think, is going to eventually work for Fanatics. I'd be shocked if he didn't get hired to maybe run their football division, to maybe run something at
like some portion
Fanatics.
of it.
I don't know that for a fact. My brother probably knows more to that than I do because he talks to Brian more than I do. When I talk to Brian, it's more about, hey, this person said this about this leaf set. You know, what can I say back to them? It's more like little minor customer service stuff that doesn't make videos that I can email Brian and say, hey, this person said you used game used in your product, but he thinks it's player worn. And we just talk about little things like that to just clear up. I get a lot of emails and stuff. And so
Yeah.
BG kind of helps with that thing. So I don't know what BG's next move is. He's not old. Maybe he's financially stable to where he doesn't have to work the rest of his life. I'd be shocked if that was the case, even if he's done really well. And I think he has. He's still a young guy. He's still got bills to pay. It's got to be Fanatics or somebody really large. And that could use his level of expertise. Brian Gray, you know, putting together a product. I mean, there's not that many people better than that. Hobby Champ says, to be fair, if the problem was always that PSA can't get authentication right, why did we care whether it was authenticated or not? Here's why. Because it creates a layer it actually protects Ty. Getting it authenticated protects Ty from Sports Card Radio, ironically. If Ty had gotten this authenticated from the rip, now any questions about it being real or not, go to PSA or go to the marketplace that you sold it on, right? If this Ty Cobb comes back fake, I can go to Golden and I could say, hey, dude, this isn't real because of X, Y, and Z. Or, hey, PSA, this isn't real because of X, Y, and Z. When you just sell autographs like this, guess who's now in the line of fire? Ty. Ty has to take all the hits. Ty has to take up the blame if this is real or not. So the reason why we care, Ty should care. Every seller should care, because if you're able to get it into one of these holders, whether it's fucking real or not, it doesn't matter actually. If you're able to get it into one of these holders, it takes the onus off of you. It takes the heat if something comes back on this card off of you. So that to me is why it's important. And it creates some protection for the buyer. Because if it turns out it's not real, the buyer can go back to PSA. The buyer doesn't even have to go back to Ty. The buyer can go to PSA. If it was sold on a marketplace like Golden or eBay, you might be able to even go to eBay or go to Golden and get something done or get the issue with the autograph looked into. But it's an inexact science. I think every single autograph should be questioned. I think this autograph should be questioned. Every autograph should be questioned. And it is important. If Ty had gotten this authenticated from the get-go, it would have took all the heat off of him. All the heat off of him. I could have got an email saying, hey, here's this rock autograph in a PSA holder, and I don't think it's real. And Ty's selling it. I might have discussed whether or not this is real or not, but the fact that Ty was selling it, the onus is now on PSA. That's why it's important. That's why it's important to sell autographs a certain way, because it gives you as a seller protection. It gives the buyer protection. And if there's any type of questions about the authenticity, you can come back to a Golden. You can come back to a PSA. Whereas there is any questions about this, you're going to Ty. And you can literally read Ty's feedback, how he treats his customers that have a problem with him. Really? Welcome to eBay standard envelope. If you didn't want to pay $35 shipping, then why'd you bid it on in the first place? These are Ty's responses to customers that have a problem with them. What a joke. This is Ty saying this. So it should be important to Ty. Ty should not want to fucking deal with this crap. And he could have literally avoided all of this if he would have just listened to himself. He didn't feel good about the warm fuzzies about authentication. Well, send it in, because then it's on PSA, then it's on Golden, then it's on eBay, then it's on somebody else. I hope Ty realizes that. I hope Ty realizes why it is important. Because it takes the heat off him. It takes the heat off him. If Ty doesn't want to fucking get on Sports Card Radio, Well, sell autographs the way Golden does, the way PWCC does, the way ComC does, the way every fucking respected seller tries to sell autographs. Now, do they get it right all the time? No. Could this be fake? Absolutely. But at least there's a recourse. If this did turn out to be fake, you have recourse. You could get money back from Golden. You could potentially get money back from PSA. So thank you, Hobby Champs, for the question, because I think that was actually important to point out. Why is it important? Why should we care? Ty should the fucking care. Ty should care the most. This is why I sell this box on Golden. Because if there's any issues with it, guess what? They're going to contact Golden, not me. This is why I enjoy selling things on ComC, on Golden, on consignment websites, because I don't get any customer complaints like happens over here. I don't have to respond to them. And if there's any issues, first of all, I bought this box on Golden, so I can come back to them and say, hey, I didn't jimmy with this box. I bought it from you. Just a way to protect yourself as a buyer and seller. Maybe those are things that I think about and that other people don't. I've sold hundreds of thousands of football tickets that are pretty risky, that are worth zero after the game starts. So maybe I think about risk differently and inventory risk a little differently, and wanting to be, if I were Ty, I'd want to be off the fucking hook. Have you ever sold with DC Sports 87? I've always enjoyed buying from. I have not sold with them, but I literally buy hundreds of cards per week from them, because it's only $8.95 flat rate shipping for no matter how much you buy, which is a hell of a deal. If you buy like 40 graded cards for $8.95 total shipped, whew. I'm able to drop ship any graded cards I buy over to the PSA vault. Any cards I buy from DC Sports 87 literally just get shipped. I don't even touch them. They literally go over to here. Dumb, stupid, cheap shit like this. But that sells all day. Random cut signature cards. I buy these things on eBay and I just relist them. So I love DC Sports 87 to buy. I have not tried them as a seller. So I can't speak to that side of the things, but as a buyer, holy crap. Do you guys like this chat response form of content from Ryan? I'm only doing this because my brother is working. We're on the road, and probably back to the regularly scheduled program next week. But I did want to give an opportunity, because we did spend a lot of time on this, because we did call out Ty for being fucking stupid. And I wanted to give people who are fans of Chasing Cardboard or fans of Ty, and if they wanted to have any questions and if they wanted to have any comments, I wanted to give people an opportunity to hear my response to that, because I think it's important. I think as the facts happen, I think it's important to, one, talk about them and then report on them. This may not be the last time this card is authenticated. In 5 years, 10 years, there could be a different form of authentication. It could be like a revelation like DNA testing, and somebody may crack the code through probably AI and computers how to authenticate autographs and how to actually authenticate autographs. And so it's possible this could get authenticated again. And we'll be here to talk about it, no matter which way it goes. Yeah, I buy from Check Out My Cards eBay account because I have money in there. I buy from DC Sports 87 because the shipping is so low, and because 5 nights a week they have thousands of stuff. This is how much stuff they have. I have to filter out 2023 cards and 2022 cards. You're able to do that on eBay. Say, for instance, like you can go up here and type in, I might have to actually do I'd have to log in. But you're actually able to just randomly click here. And if you want to filter out 2022 cards, you just put a minus 2022 and a minus 2023, and it'll actually filter those out. It actually won't, it'll show me cards, but it won't show me 2023 or 2022. So I actually have to do this with DC Sports listings. I actually don't look at the 2022 or 2023 cards they sell because it's so many cards. I don't want to look at new stuff right now because it's so volatile. More Muff says it's our secret. He says, don't go to DC Sports 87 because it's our secret.
Just a quick point. Our numbers for like people for our live stream has like been pretty steady, like higher maybe with you doing like the response to chat stuff.
Well, there we go. I like that. And we got football in the night. I mean, people got a lot of things to go. We got bars open till 4 a.m. out here in Florida. So certainly anytime there are relevant issues where I think we should respond to the chat, we should respond to what happened, we should answer questions about this. And anytime anything in the hobby happens where we definitely should dive into the chat and see what people are saying, we'll definitely try to do that. But see, like over here on DC Sports 82, if I didn't want to look at the newer shit, I could literally just minus it out and it won't show me. But there's literally, I mean, all this shit's ending today. I mean, I should have been on here. It's like literally hundreds of shit, even when you take out all the new stuff. So I only do buying on here. Like I said, I'm not sold through them, but, and I'm not sponsored by them either.
3.2 million items sold.
Yeah. I mean, they're legit. Would you be in the market for this rock card if they do giving it, if they end up, look, I would have bought this car. I would have bought something like this if this story didn't come out. Now, yeah, if I'm in the market for a rock autograph, I'm actually going to look at it a little closer. The same way I look at Michael Jordan autographs a little closer, and the same way I look at Kobe autographs a little closer. There are Kobe autographs and Jordan autographs that I've passed on that were on Golden that just didn't look right to me. Didn't mean they were real. Didn't mean they were fake. They just didn't look right. And so, yeah, if I was in the market for this Kobe shit, I would literally zoom in here and really look at this. And really look at this. And where did this come from? Right? Came from Panini Authentic. So I'd feel pretty good about it, actually. For as bad as fucking Panini is, I'd actually feel pretty fucking good. I'd go to Panini's website and look up that hologram. I'd go to Fanatics website and look up that hologram. So we definitely, it doesn't anything that happened today with these autographs doesn't change my opinion about PSA. Doesn't change my opinion about Beckett. I'm still, when I buy stuff, at least expensive stuff, I don't grind over the stuff I buy from DC Sports 87. I mean, this is literally like dollar here, dollar there stuff. You can see this stuff does sell. Is this all my sold? I mean, you could see this shit does sell. I mean, literally, this is all stuff that I've sold. Look, all shit that I've sold on Golden. Goes on and on. 700 things on Golden in probably a few months.
Damn.
So I probably should be more like Chasing Cardboard and pimp my own shit and be like, I'm selling shit over here. I've got this email list for you guys to sign up for. Would be funny if you guys were on their mailing list and won the auto. I agree. I want to win it. I think they should give it to who they said they were going to give it to. I think it's shady to troll for email subscribers, using a giveaway and then you don't give it away. I actually think that's shady. I think Ty and Chasing Cardboard were shady for doing that, for making a video, trying to get you to subscribe to an email list on the basis that you might win a Rock or Ty Cobb autograph. And then they deleted the video, and now they don't give the autographs to an email subscriber. I also think they should have offered this card to the person who originally bought it. I think Ty should have went back to the person who originally raised the issue from it and said, hey, would you like to buy this card? The person who originally bought it from him was a fan. I don't know if he is anymore, but he was a fan of the show, was a fan of the content they made. And felt fucking, I can't put words into his mouth, but I believe he felt a little disrespected by the treatment he got for raising the questions about its authenticity. Thoughts on low-grade vintage Hall of Famers? I think buying vintage cards is fucking fun and something I would do more of, something I want to do more of, and something, low grade. I buy a lot of shit because you know what happens with some of this high grade shit? Don't let these guys on Instagram and these accounts think, oh, you better have a PSA 8 if you're going to have that card, or you got to have this score. You know what? Vintage cards and PSA holders with high scores, they're trimmed. So I would want this. If I were to buy a 1957 Topps Bill Russell, and he's not a low grade, he would be considered if this was low grade vintage. I would want this card in like a 2 or a 3 or a 1 or with creases in it. You see a vintage card in a nice holder, it's likely trimmed. I mean, if they're trimming these modern cards, they're trimming modern cards with serial numbers and autographs. So, of course, the high-grade vintage is likely all trimmed. And that's the secret they don't want you to know, and that they don't want to talk about. All this vintage shit is fucking trimmed in high grades, 7, 8s, and 9s, let alone the fucking 10s. Trimmed, pressed, cleaned, washed, whatever you want to call it. So yes, I would absolutely buy cards, low grade vintage Hall of Famers, low grade anybody that you're a fan of, because at least you probably know it wasn't molested and wasn't trimmed. People who race after and try to get the best score or get cards with 7s, 8s, and 9s in vintage, you're chasing after cards that have been trimmed. Period. Well, guess we will just have to expect this new kinder, gentler Ryan. I don't know if I'm being kind tonight. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just trying to be honest. I'm just taking the facts as they come and reporting on them. If that makes me look nice one day, if it makes me look mean one day, if it makes me look good one day or bad another day, so be it. We're going to get you guys a soundboard you can use. Make a big $2.20 sale on a 116 investment. Boing. Hey, I'll sit there and make, what is that, $1.17 or $1.11? Yeah, you do that 200 times a day.
Get you a bell, like a bellhop. Bing, bing.
Right. Imagine if you could do that 100, 200 times a day with little to no work. It's not like, well, how many cards did I say I sold on Golden? 700? You think I packed and shipped any one of them? You think I answered any customer service email about any of those cards? Absolutely not. So imagine how much time you have freed up in the day if you are selling cards. And that's actually really good profit. If you're buying something for $1.16 and you're selling it for $2.27, that's amazing profit. Now you're going to have to do high volume. That's what Ty's trying to do. Ty's trying to do the same thing on his account.
No, he wants the
He's not making.
soundboard. That's what he wants, the soundboard side.
But yeah, I think he's trying to make fun of me for selling $2 cards.
No. If
No,
you're
I'm getting
making
it. I'm reading it wrong.
profit, yeah. He's saying you should actually get a soundboard. It'd be fun if I could control that, but I think it's not trying to knock you. He just said that in chat.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. More buff. I thought you were trying to knock me. That's my bad, bro. But yeah, I think let's get a
Like, if
soundboard,
you're
and every
making
time, yeah, I make a
profit,
buck.
if you're making profit, you just have like a sound effect, or like if I could have like a Howard Stern like little soundboard, like the producer has a soundboard thing, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, we got to work on that. Let's see what I did sell today. I bought these in a lot, actually several months ago. I stopped selling them because it wasn't football season and they were ending for about what I was paying for them. I think I paid $151 or $152 for these. So it ended at $248. 207 is my cut off of that, and then I think I will get a fee off of that. So I probably made like 20 or 30 bucks. These I bought for $19.50 on Golden. Current bid $29. A couple of these I sold for a little bit more. So this is a little less, but we're still talking about $8-9 profit on 1950. So we feel good about that. This I would have to look up what I paid for it. I think it was less than $17 though. So I think there's a win there on that jersey. And this is the last thing I think ending this week. All these other ones I think are next week. Let's take a look at the Press Pass basketball box. So I bought this is still going, it looks like. I bought this for $2.71 in a big lot. And it's at 35. So this is like a $30 win, maybe. This is like, I'd honestly have to see. This might be like a $5 win. $10. About 40 or 50. So it's a little bit of, that's kind of my MO when I'm buying things. I don't look for the hot product or the hot thing. I'm literally looking for really big lots of things. I don't know if I could pull it up, but actually my best thing that I bought.
Did you ever get that Kobe patch thing from?
Yeah, it's sitting in my vault. Do you want me to ship it to me and then ship it to you?
Whatever works.
Are you home now for me to ship it to you? Because I can get it and then ship it to you.
Yeah, I'll be.
Send me your address after. Okay,
Yeah.
Send me whatever address you want me to send it to, and then I'll send it to you. Okay, so I bought this 2009, 2010 Adrenaline XL complete set of cards. You got a whole bunch of cards in here, actually, that are semi-valuable. Some of them, especially the rare ones. Obviously, one of the most valuable cards was this Steph Curry rookie card. I sent this in to ComC, and I think it sold for $60, $62 or something. So I think on just the Steph Curry, I got almost my money back on this. And now there are some rare Kobe Bryant cards. I don't know if you could see them. That Kobe Bryant card is actually pretty rare and probably worth about $30-40. Those two Kobe Bryant cards are actually very rare. And very hard to pull. So just those two Kobe Bryant cards, and it's literally a complete set. So even the cards that are shitty have a little bit of value. So I like buying stuff like this where I'm getting a whole bunch of shit, similar to what these Chasing Cardboard guys do. I bought all this shit on Golden. They sent it to me. I sent the Steph Curry actually to ComC. I sent a bunch of cards to ComC, and I auctioned off the Curry. And got basically paid for what I paid for this stuff, and everything else is a free roll. So when it's all said and done, something like this, I'll probably net $200 to $300 from, right? And so you're literally trying to make these transactions every day if you can, and every week if possible. I've sold 170,000 cards on Check Out My Cards, in really the kind of the same type of way. You buy
Do you sell
big
them as
portfolios.
singles?
Yeah, I
or
sell
as a
them as
set?
singles. Lately, I've been buying portfolios where I'll do a similar thing on ComC, where I'll buy 400 cards from somebody for 100, 200, $300 or whatever, and just piece them off in a real slow trickle. I mean, it's a real slow trickle. You're not turning and burning these stuff like I would sports tickets, or I would if I were trying to turn this inventory over fast. One thing I'm not trying to do is turn inventory over fast. I would rather buy, I think I bought 50 of these boxes. Cool. I'll sell one a week for all 50 weeks of the year. That's the way I look. That's the way I look at selling things. Other people can get these things and want to turn and burn them quicker. And I actually understand that and understand that way of business thinking. For me personally, the way I want to sell stuff, I want to buy 50 of these boxes and sell one a week all year. I want to buy a bunch of these jerseys and sell one a week during the football season. I bought 25 of these boxes for $19.50 each. Cool. I'm going to sell them for 25 weeks. I bought 8 of these for $150.
Do you manually input each
Right.
item
So
for
like
sale?
here, we'll go over to the vault. Here's the vault. So we'll type in press pass, right? And so I'll list. Usually my internet's a lot faster if I'm not on hotel Wi-Fi. But so you can see actually all the ones that I've sold. Oh, I'm still over my sold one. Let me go to active. So I've sold 30 of those boxes, and you can see I've sold some of them for actually decent money.
That's crazy.
And I paid $2.71 each for those. But let's go over to Press Pass and let me show you how easy it is to sell something. This is funny because look, the fucking wrapping's coming off the box. So any complaints go to Golden. So we come over here. I could either list it in the marketplace or I could list it in the weekly auction. We'll click basketball and it starts at $5. The auction starts in 5 days on the 12th. So you can see how quickly you can turn around things. So you could have hot product, like this isn't a hot product, but you could have the hottest football player. You could have Jared Goff cards in your portfolio and literally list them, when he's hot. And so then boom, we list the item and there we're done. And then we can click list another item.
Nice.
And it'll take you to all the items and this is a way to basically just, virtually manage your inventory without having to, actually have the stuff on hand. Let's go to the Legends football box. I want to list another Legends football box next week. So we click on that. For some reason, it's not letting me sell. Let's go to another one. I have 3 left. There we go. Sell now. Click that. Weekly auction. Make sure we list football. Starts on the 12th, ends on the 21st. There you go. So it's a way for me to virtually, list this stuff, sell this stuff. And then when it sells, I'm obviously not packing and shipping this stuff. I'm not answering customer service questions. And Check Out My Cards works very much the same way. This is why I'm over here using the Golden Vault, is because Check Out My Cards works very similar to this. Let's see. I want to list another one of those Mantle boxes. So let's see what we have Mickey Mantle wise. Let's see if I bought anything cool Mickey Mantle. I bought a 1963 Topps PSA 3 for $139. I still have this card, so you guys can tell me if that's a good deal or not. But let's list one of these Mickey boxes. I don't know why the sell doesn't come up on all of them, but could be just the internet. So there, we sell this Mickey box, weekly auction. Make sure it says baseball. Boom, we're done. And then if you want to come over here to Golden, you can come over here to your preview and it will show you literally the things you just listed. So there we go. So Nat Turner, my PayPal address is sportscardshow@gmail.com. You can PayPal me for that promotion. But here's a card. Actually, this is in my possession, but I bought this card for $139. PSA says it's worth $371. I don't know if that's true. Now look at the one I bought. Look how off center it is. But these are the cards I like to buy. Because guess what? This card wasn't fucking trimmed. And if they fucking trimmed it, they really did a shitty job. So these are the cards I like to buy because they're a little overlooked. If I bought it for $139 and it is really worth $300 or anywhere close to that, I probably can make money. But I actually don't want to sell it. You can see I bought it actually 111 days ago. So that's just a quick little, if you are looking to sell stuff, the solution actually isn't always eBay. This is the most complicated thing. This is the most work. I mean, somebody asked Ty and Mike how much work this is. This takes employees. This takes fucking employees. If you threw enough money and time at Check Out My Cards and PSA and some of these vaults, PWCC works very similar. If you just threw enough money at it, it would cost a ton of money. You could sell a lot of shit without ever having to pack and ship anything, without ever answering a customer service email, without ever having to worry about Sports Card Radio blowing you up. Because when you sell on Golden and when you sell on COMC, it insulates you. If there's a problem with this box, they go to Golden. They don't go to me. If there's a problem with this jersey, they go to Golden. They don't go to me. So that's one of the reasons why I use, these sites. Now, is it less liquidity for you? Can you not turn your inventory over as fast? Are you not going to make as much money as if you had all your shit at one time and you could wheel and deal this stuff on Twitter and Instagram and at shows and at trade nights? Sure. That's the trade-off. That is definitely a trade-off. I would presume most of the people watching, and thanks for hanging. We're 3 hours in. Thanks to all you guys who've hung in with us. Most of you guys probably have other income or have made money in some other kind of way, and you just want this to be kind of passive, or you want to be able to sell stuff to then pay for things that you can buy and want to keep. And this is a way to do this. This is a way to very passively sell stuff and easily keep track if you're making money or not. I'm easily able to keep track. I spent $19.50 on these boxes. I'm easily able to keep track if I made money or not, right? There's no shipping. There's no supplies. There's no tape. There's no returns. So I know that Golden gets a lot of shit. Some of the consigners get a lot of shit. We've certainly given PWCC a lot of shit over the years. But there are advantages to these consigners. There are advantages to these websites. You are able to sell things on here. You are able to buy and flip things on here. Everything I showed you, I bought on Golden. Bought these on Golden for $2.71 and are flipping them for $30 to $50. Bought this jersey on Golden, probably for less than $17. Somebody could check that for me. So the opportunities are certainly out there. And these are just little flips. Imagine if you really dived in, really took the time, and more importantly, really threw a lot of money at this to really make it successful, in my opinion. And you're not turning inventory over daily or weekly. You've got to throw tons of money at it for it to spit off any kind of real money. That's my opinion. So if you're a young guy out here trying to hustle, do the card show circuit, do the trade night circuit, do it to where you have all your inventory and you're moving this stuff really fast. That'll be easier for you to turn over your money. If you're an older guy like me and you don't want this stuff around your house and you go on vacation and I can't ship out cards because I'm on vacation and I can't take all this stuff money with me, cool. I'll let Golden sell a bunch of my shit. I'll let Check Out My Card sell a bunch of my shit. So hopefully if that helped anybody, I probably don't talk about, the stuff I'm buying and selling very often because I actually don't think it's interesting. I think the stuff with Ty and the stuff with card porn, it's more interesting than me making literally $10 on that box, literally $30, $40 on that box. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's cool for me. It's easy for me, but I'd rather make this type of content, the card porn, the the chasing cardboard type of call out content than wholesome family content, unfortunately. Guys, we have gone 3+ hours. That's probably 2 hours more than I thought. I really appreciate all you guys for hanging in. If there is anything, anybody, whether you're a fan of chasing cardboard, whether you're chasing cardboard themselves, whether you're a fan of the drama, and you still have questions you want me to answer about any of this, any of the content I made, all my videos are still up. This article was written today. It's up. If you have any questions, you can contact me directly, sportscardshow@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on this article. You can leave a comment on any of the videos that I still have up about this topic. And I will do my best to respond and give you my honest answer and give you my honest opinion. To recap, we did not apologize to Chasing Cardboard. They are clout fame chasing whores. They don't deserve an apology. Somebody like Rick, who's not a fucking clout chasing whore and who got dragged into this, and if he feels offended by anything that was said by me or on this channel, absolutely do sincerely apologize to Rick, because he's not fucking out here for clicks and clout and all that stuff. Ty, you literally tried to get fucking email subscribers based off this bullshit, based off your fake fucking Ty Cobb autograph. So you're a fucking clout chasing whore. You don't get an apology. Rick, yes. Now, having said that, do I believe that PSA Chasing Cardboard had some kind of inside man to get these authenticated? Absolutely not. No, they sent these in like everybody else. They got looked at like how many cards are they fucking looking at? 62,000 per day. So they got looked at for 3.5 seconds. And the minimum wage employee, fucking Lord knows what minimum wage in California is. The motherfucker is probably making $25 an hour, who looked at these, determined they were real. And
Question
go ahead.
That came up in chat is there a way that SCR can get the subscribe join button in terms of monetization?
I mean, we are the worst. We are the worst at promoting ourselves. Now, we probably do make more money on sports card content than just about anybody else, but it's probably in a more discreet way than people realized. We, for a while, were one of the, I'll go to the disclaimer, one of the top affiliates in the eBay Partner Network. We got flown out to Vegas and got put up in a suite at Caesars. We met the person who actually runs this entire program. He said our website, and this is going back 10 years ago, was their favorite in the entire affiliate program. We've made literally millions of dollars off the eBay Partner Network program. And I haven't posted one eBay link in the show. I haven't posted one eBay link in these videos. So we are actually somewhat discreet in how we actually make money. Actually, if you go to the Chasing Cardboard, there are ways for me to make money in this article. If you click on this link and go to Chasing, you could go to Chasing Cardboard, you could go to anything.
How about this? I have a proposal. Okay, if you figure out how to get that join button where people can subscribe to our channel monthly, and if I collect all that revenue, if you don't really care about that, and that could be my pay.
Oh, I love it.
For being the producer.
I love the negotiation happening on the channel. I love that idea. I think we could certainly, if it provides value, one thing, if it could provide value and pay Tim, who dedicates his time to sit here and go through the chat, that's providing value. But also, if somebody, yes, joined the channel the same way, if somebody joined like a hypothetical Discord or joined anything of us, I'd want to provide value. And if there's a way to do that, and whether it's $5 or $2,
I definitely want the Discord to be a more active part of Sports Card Radio. And I can help manage all the things that go into that.
I definitely envision a day where there are more ways to connect with Sports Card Radio. Some of them may be free. Some of them may be paid.
Yeah. I'm on that same page.
And certainly we're slow to do that. We're slow to ask our audience for money, in large part because we have done well on the content that we've made, largely on this website. This website literally has over 2,500 articles. I was looking the other day. We get paid to put up stupid shit like this. Like I probably got paid $250 to put this up. Why? Because there's this link to this gambling website, FanDuel Sportsbook. So FanDuel paid me probably $200 or whatever it was. And what's this link go to? Basically for these links, right? And where's another one? Yeah. This one right here, like Guide to Esports Betting. Links. Right. So they write this article. They say, hey, I want to put an article on your website. I'm fucking a whore for money. So I'm like, sure, I have this 15-year-old website. If you want to pay me, I don't know how much this one was. I think this one maybe was like $125. They offer you they always offer you like random fucking numbers. Wow. And so this is Thunder Pick. I mean, you want to talk about shady. I mean, do not go deposit money on this site. But I am telling you how the economics work in terms of if you did have a site that does get real traffic and is old and does get page rank. Literally, I get emails every day. Like I turn down putting up a lot of this stupid shit. Esports betting, who the best players. There's other ones on here. Likely will be more because it's actually an easy way to monetize your website without charging your readers, without charging for a subscription. Now, somebody might come to your website and be annoyed that you're fucking putting an article like this up. And there were probably a time where I wouldn't have put an article like this on Sports Card Radio. But again, what was this fucking website called? Thunderpick.io wants to send me $125 or $200 American dollars to put an article that I didn't even write. I mean, they send me their article, I cut and paste it, and then ChatGPT probably wrote it. And so I cut and paste it and I send them an invoice and they pay it. And so that's the way that works. So if you see weird articles on our website, just know that I'm getting paid for them. And it sounds like some of this money needs to filter down to our super producer, Tim, who we have. Let's see. What was that fucking card I got you? Let's see where it's at. It was Kobe was on it, right?
Yeah. The Kobe patch. It had like 8 patches on it. That one.
Here it is right here.
Yeah.
This one. So what I can do is I can return to me. I'll request to get this sent back to me, and then I'll send this to you. Shit's hard as fuck. You want me to send it to you in Cali, or you want me to wait?
In Cali.
Okay, then send me your address, and I'll.
Okay.
I'll get this one. What else? We got any more questions? All about wax. Yeah, some of the stuff I do like flipping is wax because it's so easy to sell. And if you could get the boxes for $2.71, I mean, it doesn't matter what you're selling. Sounds like I should start a volleyball clip site. That and trust and believe, I'll probably start some kind of different YouTube channel in the next 6 to 12 months, because if I can get people to watch fucking stupid sports card videos, I could literally, I mean, was it Firefest or what was the one? Burning Man. I mean, there should be 100 Burning Man videos on YouTube that have 1 million views each. My brother is telling me to hurry up. It's time to celebrate. All right. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, means that we have reached the end of the line. Thank you guys for hanging in with us. Thank you, Tim, for hanging out with us, and everybody in the chat. Hope you go find a bar that is open till 4 a.m. like I might. And we will see you guys back in California next week. To everybody in Florida, I've had a good time out here, and we will see you later.
B-side on the beat.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Trying to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cost stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip, Jeff? I think you dipped, Jeff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay, he's getting money. Even better, tax-free, loving all the stimulus from PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit.
B-side on the beat.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Trying to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cost stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip, Jeff? I think you dipped, Jeff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay, he's getting money. Even better, tax-free, loving all the stimulus from PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit.
Later.